I do worry a little bit for the Saints in their ability to withstand scoring when the ball gets inside 25.
Yeah, look, you know...
They're good at stopping the ball getting down there.
That's right. But also, the two games that these two teams have played this year, Collingwood have had 95 inside 50s against this team, which is well and truly probably a dozen or so over the average.
Yeah, 47-48, yep.
What a fantastic side around the MCG as players from both sides start to link arms and line up for the final formalities before we get underway with the playing of the national anthem. And in just a moment, we'll head down to Craig Willis
as we welcome Cameron and Taylor Henderson to sing the Australian national anthem.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
What a mighty roar around the MCG. What a moment for Collingwood and St Kilda. A fantastic rendition of our national anthem. And now let the real stuff begin. The Pies and the Saints are ready for action. Your team this afternoon, along with Matt Granlund and Anthony Hudson, Matthew Lloyd, Dermot Brereton and Dean Laidley. The first quarter just about ready to go.
This quarter of SEN Autobahn football for the TAC. We'll catch you before someone gets hurt.
The Boost Juice bounce about 2 minutes away. Boost Juice gift cards guaranteed to boost the way your mate feels. All right, let's get ready for action, boys. Final thoughts, final key matchups for the Panasonic Tough Book, and just what you hope we might see in this first 5 or 10 minutes, Matty Lloyd.
Oh, I just got the goosebumps, Hutto, after that national anthem. And one thing I will say, don't want to be negative before the game starts, but the nerves of Chris Stores and Travis Cloak, the last 6 shots they had, no goals, 6 behind. So really, it was unbelievable. I'm talking the biggest shanks you've ever seen in your life. They did not even get close. So, you know, you're right, Hutto, the nerves, that first 5 minutes. Last week, they kicked 7 goals, 1. They blew Geelong away. Could be the opposite today, 1-7, and that can be the difference in the game.
Nick Maxwell wins the toss, and Collingwood are kicking to the city end of the ground, and the team goes down to the goal square in front of the Ferals in the cheer squad to get that last bit of energy they can derive from the crowd. Derm, your last thoughts?
Oh, they're right in the goal square. Oh, look, my last thoughts, it's you've got to settle down best, you know, out of the two teams. You might pinch 1 or 2 goals if you settle down before the opposition. And in grand finals, the margin might be single figure. That's where you might actually win the game. You might pinch the goal that wins you the game. Other than that, if everyone plays to their best capabilities, I still think Collingwood win this game today. But that's not taking into account the uncertainties. Who pulls a hamstring, whether ball gets through, whether that mucks up their rotation, whether St Kilda have somebody who plays the game of their life, whether Kazitsky kicks 5. We don't know. By and large, if everything goes the way we reckon it will and how they're performing over the last 6 weeks, Collingwood win. But there are a lot of permutations.
Repeating the change, Simon Prestigiacomo out for Nathan Brown on the bench for Collingwood. Davis, Wellingham, McCaffer and Blair. And for St Kilda, Eddie, Peake, Baker and Graham. Dean, your final selection?
Oh, look, I'm on the Pies by 17 points. Having said that, I think it's going to be a close game. If the Saints can get to quarter time and even half time, and it's very, very close, it's certainly going to be a titanic struggle.
Montagna starting forward, inside the forward 50 for St Kilda. At the other end of the ground, we're going to see some of those Panasonic Tough Book matchups in just a moment.
Dempster's gone to Didak.
Yep.
And Blake to Lee Brown, as Derm's spoken about a lot in the pre-match.
Fisher to Beams.
And
Dawson's gone to Cloak.
And Goddard to a wing, and on Heath Shaw, what a matchup that's going to be.
Nathan Brown will take Nick Revolt at the start of the game. And this tremendous surge of energy starts at the city end of the MCG, goes around the members, past the Ferrells and the Collingwood cheer squad at the city end, and across the southern stand. And the 2010 AFL Grand Final between Collingwood and St Kilda is underway. Brett Rosebery sets them in motion, and Darren Jolly wins the tap down to the man who missed on the Brownlow, Dane Swan, who kicks Collingwood inside 50, a wandering ball out to meet it. Cloak couldn't take it. Dawes wrapped up. It spills to Pendlebury. Handball over the top to Didak. Time to steady. He handballed to Jolly, who squeezed it through. He squeezed it through. And it has taken 22 seconds for Collingwood to kick the opening goal of the 2010 AFL Grand Final.
Wow. Fantastic. And who do we see? Darren Jolly set the scene, jumping straight into Michael Gardner at the first bounce. Who gets the first clearance? It's Dane Swan. And out of the goal square, Travis Cloak, Zach Dawson. If they can get plenty of clearances, that could be a huge win for Collingwood.
Got the overlap there, Tunners. They were able to get one just over the back, running with it. Pendlebury once, then Didak the second time.
Their midfield runners on the 45 are just the best in the competition. Once they win the ball, they'll hurt you, and this is the start they wanted.
Shaw on the wing. Graham's just made an interchange come on to place him.
What a great start for the Magpies. We restart in the middle. Up goes Jolly again, trying to get hold of it after it. Swan once more. He got a handball out. Here's Dale Thomas, weaving his way through, got boot to ball. Lee Brown was tackled, kicked forward quickly by Ball, the half forward, it's a tumbling footy. Gould's got it covered for the Saints. You got a hand pass away to Gardner, Gardner handball to Dempster, and now away to Gwilt, and Gwilt now kicks it to half forward over the head of Nick Revolt. Going to ground was Kuzinski. They've got numbers here, the Magpies. Reid goes after it, he gives it to Dane Swan. Swan by hand, gives it off to Tuvey, he's pretty cool. Tuvey gets the tube as he hand passes to Ben Johnson, and they're away here in the wing. Here's a chance for Sidebottom to give it away. Sidebottom gets it back again. He's running, he's bouncing 52 metres out. It's a wobbly kick inside the 50. It's taken by Dawes. Dawes wrapped up in the tackle. He released the handball, and it's going to be Sam Fisher with the clearing kick for the Saints.
Goes to Kaczynski versus Reid. Reid the late spoil. Thomas is going to use his pace to get away from Kaczynski. Did that, linked up by hand to Swan. He softens the kick to half forward.
Third disposal.
Marcus taken by Blair. Brings the handball into Jolly. Swivels around the up and under to full forward. Cloak and Brown are there. Brown almost the mark, not quite. Hits the turf in the forward pocket at the city end where Collingwood are headed. Pendlebury tries to get a hand on it. Ben Johnson tried to mosey through, couldn't. Slick stuff by the Saints in tight. Fisher, hurried kick. There's nothing clean about the Saints at the moment. Their nerves are a-jangling. Taken away by Jolly. His kicks an up and under. It's going to land just outside the 50. Old teammates Graham and Ball go at it. Spills to Milne. Sockers it off the ground. Gets it inside the forward half for St Kilda. But it's vacated by their forward line at the moment. The Collingwood defence there to hold it up. And they earn a free kick too high. And it goes to young Nathan Brown. One goal to Collingwood, no score to St Kilda. 3 minutes into the opening term for the TAC.
So Brown's got it at half back here for the Magpies. He kicks it to half forward. Who can take this? It's over the head of Sidebottom, charging out with Dempster with a big fist. And now Lemmy Hayes is able to gather on the southern side.
Ben Reid's injured, Matty. He's hobbling forward, back for the Collingwood.
Hayes kicks the half forward. Brown went at it, couldn't take it. Off the ground it goes. Graham's got it covered. He's got it in the middle. Has time to survey further up the ground. He goes inside the 50. Milne's his man here. Playing it Will O'Brien. No free kick. Ball spills out towards the boundary line. Farron Ray's got it now. Dale Thomas, an aggressive tackle. Ball jar free. It was holding the football and play onto advantage as Heath Shaw goes up the members' wing. Here's Dawes and Gwilt going head to head. It's a free kick.
Over the shoulder. And this has been a match-up. Gwilt on Dawes. He's been too big and powerful. on the first 3 times it's gone inside 50.
He only clawed onto him because he was fearful of the size and the jump at the ball. He can't compete with that. If he tries to spoil, his fist will come up to Dawes' elbow.
Already 4 disposals for Dane Swan. Dawes kicks from the wing deep. Lee Brown's going to be out-bustled here by Sam Fisher, who started pretty well, takes the mark.
Just going back to that Dawes and Gwilt matchup, what that allows is Gilbert and Fisher to be free and roll off, and that's what the Saints want, to be able to control the game from their back half.
Dean Laidley, our analyst today for GNC Live Well. Fisher from the back pocket, looking for Revolt, got through to contend with. He crashed the pack and did well. Brown came through, got a handball, but it's intercepted for the Saints. Gilbert, he loses it, taken by Heath off the penalty. They've got the overlap going. Cloak, he's just softened the kick slightly. It bounces through to Wellingham in heavy traffic. Lenny Hayes, this time it comes back to Wellingham. Off it goes to Cloak and then to Ben Johnson. It's arcing back, it's arcing back, it's there, no, touched right on the line by Jason Blake. And it's through for a behind, and Collingwood are 1-1-7, and St Kilda have yet to score. It's back into play, Matty.
It is, and Blair's got it here for the Magpies. Blair kicks the goal!
No goal, Matty. Push on Baron Ray in that from that kick-in, so the advantage wasn't paid.
Sorry, umpire McBurney's just gone out to Nick Maxwell, who decked Revolt behind play, just giving him a warning.
Okay, so Ray's got it.
And Stevie Baker comes onto the ground for the first time.
Collingwood 1-1-7, St Kilda yet to score. We've gone 5.5 minutes.
Goes short to Gwilt. Gwilt comes out to the member side. Schneider there and Maxwell there with a fist. Knocks it down. And a good tackle on Robert Eddy. Ball spills out again. Kick marginally smothered, comes back to Maxwell. He got a hand pass inboard, comes to Dane Beams. Beams now kicks it to true centre half forward. Going for it that time, William couldn't bring it down. Here's Blake. He lost it, got it back again. Handball away, Dempster. He got the handball out eventually. Now Graham runs onto it. Wants Blake. Ripped away by Dane Swan. And then off the boot goes Clinton Jones out to the southern side wing, tumbling football. Milne leads in the race, then beats him over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw in.
Doom, just quickly, no possession so far to Revolt, to Goddard, Del Santo, and only one to Hayes.
Yeah, well, Brown's got foot pace to stay with him. Milne also, when he's inside forward 50 or within 55 metres of goal load, Brian takes him. When he presses up the field, it's Ben Johnson running with him.
Collingwood by 7, but 2 of those players I mentioned, Goddard and Hayes, combined to get a hurry kick away into the middle of the ground. It's a bouncing ball, could go any which way. Slam forward by Montagna, leading out to it Reed, but he overran it. It falls for Snyder. He can handball to Kaczynski. 65 out from goal. High ball. You know Revolt will get back there, and so will Milne. Milne took the mark. Gee, nearly played on. Revolt wants 50, but he went with the momentum. Now he tries to play on. You can't do that, Steve. Important mark that was, and a big kick coming up.
It is, because the way the St Kilda have set up, they're really pressing back with the Collingwood defensive 50 and then taking every opportunity they can when they go forward. Now, they might not get many, but they're going to have to make the most of them, like that situation there.
Milne runs around and puts it through, so from 20 metres out, St Kilda's opening goal is on the board after 7 minutes. 1-1-7 Collingwood, 1 straight 6 St Kilda. Early thoughts, boys?
I just have to say one thing. Last year we saw Milne cave in a little bit under pressure with what to do when he had the ball. He tried to skid a ball in the wet that fell short from 35 metres out. It cost him. He's directly in front then in a grand final at the 7-minute mark. He's directly in front and he plays on across his body.
Amazing.
What I mean, I know there was no real problem, but the mindset is not, let's do it right. And good on him. He's got a goal against his own. Fantastic. So let's hope no mistakes happen.
So the Pies by a point. We're back in the middle. And it's Jolly getting the palm down here for the Magpies. In comes Leon Davis. Couldn't take it convincingly, though. We might have a stoppage here as they all scrap for it. The umpire blows his whistle. We'll have a ball up.
First ball up of the game. Collingwood don't want stoppages. It's quite simple what they're doing. They want an up and down game, so then doesn't allow St Kilda to get in the rhythm of how they want to play the game.
Kaczynski is the second ruckman, it seems, for St Kilda.
And he's contesting now. Third man up was Lenny Hayes. Couldn't get a palm down. Taken though by Brendan Goddard. It was a fierce kick. Mark taken by McQualter. Hand pass off to Peake. Peake now goes the short one over the head, that time of Milne. Getting back there is Ben Johnson doing the tidy up work. He gathers it in, he hand passes it, was clean, he got it away, and then the clearing ball comes to the wing, a bouncing footy, and running onto it is Scotty Pendlebury. His kick was okay, found its way to McCaffer. McCaffer up inside the 50, Dawes is there with Gwilt one-on-one. Gwilt got a fist to it. Oh, the cavalry arrives, it's Blair! At his feet, takes it, and kicks the goal for the Magpies. He was in the right spot at the right time, doing what little men do best. 2-1-13 Magpies. Saints 1 straight 6, and that is the Marble Trent goal of the day contender.
That was a great ball there from McCaffer. Saw the one-on-one we've been talking about. James Gwilt Dawes gets it front and square, and that's a great work rate from young Blair. He's worked hard for that, but I think Dean made a good point earlier. They're not getting many entries forward on the continental ties. It's 6 to Collingwood, 4 to St Kilda inside 50. But when they do go, there's plenty of space, and they do look quite dangerous, the Saints.
Not as many tackles maybe as we would have thought early in the game either. 10 minutes, it's 8 tackles to 4 in favour of St Kilda on the continental ties stat sheet.
Lenny Hayes, at the bounce then, 30 seconds before it came out of the back line, Lenny Hayes let Pendlebury run free on and receive that ball.
Kazitsky tapped it to Hayes, makes amends with a handball to Jones. Hurried kick inside 50. Saints advancing. O'Brien came out full of vim and vigour, but he was brilliantly tackled by Baker. That's why he's in the tide. Next turn into the circle was side bottom. It comes, it bobbles around. And then Brett Roseley puts the whistle to the mouth and blows it again. It's 2-1-13 Collingwood. It's 1 straight 6 to Kilda. 10 minutes into the opening term. We've got another bounce.
McCaffer comes onto the ground, pushes forward. He now picks up Fisher, relieves Beams.
Blake gets the palm down. Sidebottom's kick not convincing. Here's Baker crawling for it. He'll get a free kick. He got a bit of high contact, and Stephen Baker will take the free and then handball off to Montagna immediately, who launches it up inside the 50. Rebound is there. Couldn't take the mark. Brown was with him step for step. No free kick. Ball comes out. Kuzinski goes to ground. He could have got a shove. Dale Thomas handball away to Maxwell. Maxwell just a blind kick out of the congestion. As a result, Fisher grabbed the play on though was the call. And then Beams hand pass to Didak.
And this is where they sting you. Didak kicks the centre half forward. Dawes takes the mark. They've vacated the forward 50. Little Blair charging back, but he spreads it wide to Leon Davis. Now the time to repay the faith in the coach. He centres the ball towards the top of the square. Oh, it's almost marked on the line, but not quite by McCaffer. Clearing kick for the Saints by Gilbert is out of bounds on the full. Out on the full, and it'll be Alan Didak on the wrong side for a left footer to have the shot from 45 metres out. So Didak, 45 out. You can imagine the angle that he faces here. Collingwood lead by 7. You can also imagine the roar around the MCG. If you could kick this, it's on its way! It's there!
Our score's 19 points, Hutto, to 6 St Kilda. But there's no domination happening here. They're 2 goals ahead in 8 minutes of pure footy time, but there is no domination happening here. This is line ball still.
I still feel, though, that they're finding a free player in general play, more so than...
Outward bound they are, yeah.
And that's maybe more guys are bobbing up, whereas St Kilda seems being a bit more of a scrap.
Yeah, when they get hold of the ball, the Saints, it's a one-step kick tumbling forward. The Pies have been able to release someone like that kick into the middle here, and when they've gone inside forward 50, the Pies have looked a lot more dangerous.
They look dangerous. When you see Dawes standing next to Gwilt, thinking from the St Kilda perspective, there's fear. There's fear that he's going to be outmarked.
Back in the middle we go. Neither ruckman got real purchase on it. Found Ray in there trying to get the hand pass up. Didak arrived, and there's a throw out there. A free kick going to the Magpies. And it's going to be taken by Lee Brown, who kicks it out to the southern side. He's released Dave Swan here. Swan goes to right half forward for Thomas, who takes the mark. And he's just outside the 50. So Dale Thomas, will he bomb it in? Will he go short? What will he do?
15 men inside defensive, 50 now for St Kilda, and Thomas is going to kick from 52, 53.
Still Del Santo and Revolt have not had a disposal for St Kilda. They trail 1 goal to 3-1-19.
He's going to have a crack here, just kick it as long as he can.
He's going for the torp.
He is. He's shaping as if he's going to torp it, and he's going to give it a crack. Can he execute it? Here's Dale Thomas with the torp. It is a real wobbler. Gee, got close. It's there. He's done it.
He's gold with the mongrel.
Yeah. Unbelievable. 4-1, 25 Collingwood, St Kilda 1 straight 6. And with the proverbial mongrel, Dale Thomas has put the Magpies in front by 19 points.
It was a marble trend goal of the day, and here's our analyst for GNC Live Well, Dean Laidley.
There's some real danger signs now, Doom. The Pies, on top in the possessions, 52-34, look much more dynamic. Their midfielders, Dale Thomas is running really hard forward, so is Alan Didak. Swans winning it at the coalface, and look, it looks quite ominous right now. The Saints are really going to have to think about maybe putting someone behind the ball, because they've been able to do that in the home and away season and stem the flow from this situation.
It took 14 minutes for the chant to start. Collingwood lead by 19 points. The rumble is on in the middle of the MCG for the footy from the restart, and it looks as if it'll be another bounce.
It's from here. The possession that comes out of here, it's Collingwood's foot pace from this scrimmage in the centre circle at 45-degree angles running away forward. That's what's hurting St Kilda.
Jolly the Tat, Pendlebury extracts it. There's a free kick here.
The hold on the play before the bounce.
Goddard against perhaps Wellingham.
Now, this is their best shot here. The ball's in the hands of Goddard. He can put it within 25 metres. He goes short.
Kicks to Del Santo, who floats it back to their most prolific player so far in Sam Fisher. Mark Pade. Fisher coming in for his 4th disposal. Kicks it to about 30. Revolt against Brown, who's over both players' heads. It got through the net and out the back. Heathshaw takes the mark and springs it out wide, and the mark is taken by Maxwell. Inside 50s at the moment is 8-6 in favour of Collingwood, but they lead by 19 points.
He plays on, handball back to Ben Johnson, and his defensive goal square. He goes out to the back pocket for Dale Thomas, who had to hurry with the kick and was good option 2. Here's Beams, handballing to Toovey, he's in full stride. Toovey now kicks it to the southern wing, turn it over though, straight to Clinton Jones, play on. Handball to Baker. Baker now gives the handball away. Ray and Gardner, and now Graham's going to let loose with a kick. He does, he goes to left half forward, bad kick. Dale Thomas was there to chop it off. It was meant for Schneider. Thomas now goes to Pendlebury. He's on the outside, inside the 50. The small plays different. He gets there, McCapper. He had to really bust the gut to get to it, but McCapper has taken the mark just inside the 50.
On the emotional stake, Tunners, the junior players for Collingwood, apart from the one Toovey kick 90 seconds ago, Collingwood's bottom 6 juniors have settled really well.
Oh, they've been outstanding. Sidebottom's had an impact.
Blair.
Dale Thomas has been brilliant.
Dale Thomas has been very good. I think Dawes has also been very good.
They've been really good with a set shot kick at goal so far, the Magpies. Can they pull another one off? This is McCapper from 49 metres on its way. And this one pushes to the right and a minor score. TAC scoreboard, and it's the Magpies 4-2-26. The Saints are 1 straight 6. We've gone 16.5 minutes in the opening term.
And it looks as if they're having as much trouble as Geelong did getting out of defence. Hayes marks the short kick in.
Well worked.
And now Gwilt, they've done that very well. And the escape clause this time is Fisher, who's going to earn himself a free here against Heathshaw, who was late in front on with the contact. 17 minutes in the opening term for the TAC. Belt up or suffer the pain. And he's going to retreat all the way back to defensive 50, where Gwilt takes the mark, quickly attended by Brown. So he swings it back to Dawson. They've freed up Dempster on the outer side. Dawson's got to get it together and get it onto him, which he does. Where to for Dempster? That's the question. He marks it half back. Now they're on the southern side, and the grid just moves over. And he has to sit and wait, and then just go as long as he can to half forward. Revolt's got 2 to contend with again. He goes to ground. This time he's got a free. His first touch coming up. Nick Revolt with Collingwood 4-2-26.
That's a great result for Collingwood though, because it's a slow play and there's no Revolt forward of the ball in the forward line.
So far they haven't executed their slow plays very well, and again the pass was poor, gave Lenny Hayes no chance. And the man of the moment, Dale Thomas, is up to his 7th disposal. Takes the mark and gives it to the skipper. Maxwell spreads it wide by hand to Pendlebury. Left foot kick was half run down. Up to meet it, Leon Davis. Anyone's footy on the wing. Baker uncompromising. So too Lenny Hayes. Got a handball away to Fisher, then off the ground. Hurried kick to half forward, but again this Collingwood defence is lining up.
Yeah, they've got it covered.
Johnson will take it.
Johnson takes it here on the bounce, and he kicks it back to the southern side wing. Pendlebury gets there trying to make the small, but Fisher takes the mark. So Fisher now will slow things down. It's the Magpies leading by 20 points.
The worry for St Kilda is Collingwood have had 9 inside 50s. They've scored on 6 occasions. St Kilda have had 6 and only the 1 score.
Kicks the half forward. Jolly there just swiping it out. and we're going to have a boundary throw-in. Another good result for the Magpies.
The Saints have rolled someone behind the football. It looks like it's Fisher. It's quite hard to tell at this stage, and the game's been played between the arcs in the last couple of minutes, which what St Kilda wanted probably from the beginning of the game, but it's 4-1 on the scoreboard at the moment.
So ball thrown back into play. Jolly gets the palm down again, not convincing kick though. Farron Ray got the hand pass up and out of Gardner. Gardner pumps it to left half forward, tumbling footy though, out it goes again. And we're going to have a throw, and it's 51 metres around from St Kilda's goal. 4-2-26 Collingwood, 1 straight 6 Saints.
Is it a matter of getting the quarter time a bit for St Kilda now, boys?
I reckon. They're not a big scoring side, Hutto, so they wouldn't want to get further than 3 or 4 goals down at quarter time.
Hayes grabs it out of the ruck, high bomb to full forward. Milne had to fly in the air against O'Brien. Hit the bound, he was still standing, Stevie Milne. Delicate little kick, didn't go anywhere, it's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. Ben Johnson making the great escape, but
they want to pinch one back.
Out of bounds in the pocket with Collingwood leading by 20.
They want to pinch one back here, and that will be good running for them for the Saints. They could lose this game in the next 7 or 8 minutes.
He can powerbound replay, so it should have been a free for in the back to Milne against Thomas. Throw in, tap down, Montagna stole the march, but his kick was no good. It just wobbled through for a behind. And St Kilda's 1-1-7, Collingwood at 4-2-26. On the TAC scoreboard, this is 11-16. SEN Grand Final footy for Autobarn.
Nathan Brown's given a free kick doing it, but I think the best tactic I've seen on Nick Revolt is stopping his run and jump at the footy, and he's bumping him under the footy every time he can.
Johnson back into place. It was a very crisp kick, got it to Reid, a true centre-half back. He now works it to the southern side. Numbers with the Saints. Zach Dawson will get back here and tidy it up. He gathers, handball straight to Dane Beamso. He knocked it down, and Gilbert's able to gather. And now away to Goddard. They can get on a roll here. Goddard gets it back, and now he places it up inside the 50. Too high for Cossie. Heath Shaw's got it covered to Maxwell to O'Brien. A little bit jittery, gets back though. Now he's got control of it. He goes with a clearing ball out to side bottom. And good mark too, because he had some pressure coming.
He did, and he got it over to Wellingham. Scrubs the kick up to the wing. Cloak versus Gwilt on the turf. Gwilt knocks him out of the road. Cloak goes back in hard. Got the handball out in haste. Taken by side bottom. He stretched the handball trying to get it to Brown. Confronted by Goddard, but he just passed his way through. Freed up Pendlebury. Back away from goal he runs. Time to steady and think about it. Handball to the flat-footed Tuvey. Instant stuff back to Cloak. Watch out, Ben Reed, you're gone! Great tackling rebound. Picked up by Hayes. Can't go forward. Can't go back. He's under pressure. He's gone, holding the ball.
He did the right thing. He could, if he had given it up, just topped the ball up. Collingwood were away. He tried to hold on and hit the target, and it just took a half second too long.
Pies by 19 points, goes out to the southern side. Here's Ben Johnson again, kicking the right half forward. Cloak had a crack at it, right with him. Graham though with a spoiled ball, goes out, throwing 51 metres around from goal.
Dean, they haven't been able to solve the problem that all the teams have had at St Kilda, getting into the forward line and finding them hopelessly outnumbered.
Well, what's happened is because they got scored against, they put someone behind the ball, so now they're outnumbered here and they're still playing a half-ground press. They've only had one opportunity to being able to nail it. They can't get the ball deep inside their forward 50.
Dal Sandown nearly caught, got it away to Graham, that into Hayes. Hayes' kick was neat. And now to Goddard. Montagna off the peak, he was caught. He got his handball away though. They're hunting in numbers. Heath Shaw's got it, he was caught as well. Spills out to Maxwell, the skipper just bangs it onto the boot. And they've got it covered here. The Saints at half back as Farron Ray kicks it to the middle. No mark to Brown. Reebok was left just at ground level, and now gives the hand pass away to Goddard. Goddard puts it up inside the 50, trying to take the mark, was Gardner, couldn't. And also Ben Reid was there, and Ben Johnson goes with a clearing ball. He clears it, but they've got it covered again. It's Lemmy Hayes who takes the mark.
And gives to Montagna, who spears it to Revolt. The Saints are starting to get things going, boys. There's just a hint of it.
Well, we can just see going back the last 5 or 6 minutes, they've been able to stem the flow, stop Collingwood scoring, because they've got a number behind. And then this is where they get a mark within goal scoring distance. This is a critical kick. If they can go in 2 goals down rather than 4 or 5, you know, it's still game on.
They deserve a goal here. Justin Kazisi should have been given a free. Matt Stevitt was umpiring for the qualifying final. He would have for in the back. Revolt's kicking so important today, and his first test he fails. He misses from just 45 metres out. On a 45-degree angle, it's away to the right. They needed that goal badly, St Kilda. They're 1-2-8, Collingwood 4-2-26 on the TAC scoreboard.
Yeah, he got way too close to the man on the mark there, Revolt. Brown worked back off the mark, went in a couple of steps, and he really had to crib his kick.
Here's Shaw bringing it back into play. Dane Swan takes it. He's called the play on now. He's got the screen from Maxwell, so he's able to bounce and then give it away to Didak. Didak's at right half back. He kicks it down the members' side. And good body work. That time by Zach Dawson. No free on Dawes. And ball away to Goddard. Goddard looks into the corridor. Nothing there, so he comes back out to Dempster, who takes the mark safely on centre wing members' side.
Now, these slow plays is where St Kilda could get hurt. It goes short down, true centre wing for Clinton Jones, because if it turns into a sprint going the other way on a turnover, Collingwood hold the better foot speed.
Jones goes to the 50, Revolt flew, no real chance to mark. Blake did well. Handball to Del Santo, nowhere to go, back to Hayes. Back he goes to Blake, there's a hurried handball, they're getting in more and more trouble, and it spills eventually to Thomas, who was mugged by Blake and Ray, and the ball spills over the line as Wellingham and Hayes stand toe-to-toe down in front of us. This is the sort of contest we wanted to see this afternoon. The 2010 AFL Grand Final for Autobahn. Collingwood 4-2-26, St Kilda 1-2-8.
Blake go to Del Santo, kick to the half forward. Eddie, handball off to Schneider. Schneider now puts it out in front of Cossie. He's running for it. He tries to get the hand pass away. Can't quite though. Peak at ground level trying to get the knockout. He did, but Lee Brown's got it here for the Magpies. He spreads it now. He goes to the southern side wing. It's a tumbling football. Ball is leading in the race. Goddard with him. Goddard wins the day. Handball to Montagna. He goes short to Sam Fisher. Fisher now. He can go to half forward. Revolts. Takes the mark out in front again.
Got to kick it.
And he's going to go back and settle himself and have a shot.
No support there for Brown, but having said that, they were on a quick break out. They got a savage bounce and they were caught out. But Brown just protected, Nathan Brown that is, protected the corridor for the lead. And Revolt is always forced to slant the lead out to the half-forward flank then.
That's his second mark. He's had 3 disposals so far for 1 behind Mick Revolt.
Missed his first set shot. Let's see how it goes here from 49 metres. This one is better. He's put this one through. And the Saints kick their second on the SEN TAC scoreboard. So give us a buzz, 2-2-14. We've got a momentum energy switch. Switch your business energy today, 1300 switch maybe with that goal. 2-2-14 St Kilda, 4-2-26 Collingwood. And we've gone 25 and a half minutes in the opening quarter.
And a good 5 minutes, the Saints, and that was set up there by, they're usually so quick out in the open spaces, but it was Luke Ball that was running into space, and Brendan Goddard's pace and class.
It was a big contest, wasn't it?
It was far superior, and that's what opened up the Magpies, because Nathan Brown one-on-one will be in a lot of trouble for leg speed on Nick Revolt.
He's pretty quick, Brown, but I reckon Revolt will do him on the initial step or two, and then turn the lead on him.
Yeah.
No special comments for start 21. Little Blake goes up against Lee Brown in the ruck. It's Ball that got the handball out to Didak, kicked it off the outside of the left boot. It bounces to half forward. Fisher takes it again. Handball to Jones, but he was run down. Batting up well as Dempster, but he's caught in a Collingwood trap. A little handball, a slick one was sneaky out the side from Blair to Didak at a half forward. Dawes is on the lead, but he had to dig deep and couldn't take the ball on the half volley. And it's picked up by Jones, who gives to Montagna. Handball to Baker, had space to work in. Gathers now after some pressure from Davis and kicks to Blake. It was an important ball to mark, and he did that okay. Collingwood 4-2-26. St Kilda 2-2-14. We've gone 26 and a half minutes in the opening quarter for the TAC. Belt up will suffer the pain.
Blake goes short to Graham, who goes short to Schneider, just back from the centre circles. Now he puts it out for the run of Dempster. Can he run onto this one? He did well just to hack it off the ground. It's up inside the 50, tumbling towards the boundary line. Revolt clever. He knocked it down to Del Santo. Del Santo goes looking for Cossie. Knocked out of his hands. Schneider there, front and centre. Got it. He's got the goals on his mind and he puts it through. They have settled St Kilda. A fast start for the Magpies, but the Saints have got their third. 3-2-20, Collingwood 4-2-26, and that's on the SEN TAC scoreboard.
Matty, you just touched on it. The Saints have had a very good 6 or 7 minutes now, but what they've been able to do is get a little bit more time and space coming out, hit targets, then get the ball probably 50 to 70, and then be able to hit up with that last Revolt goal, or just be able to square that one up here. Now they're getting the ball a little bit deeper inside forward 50 or hitting a target around the 40-metre mark. So
the important kick was that one into the back of the centre square.
The game's changed complex in the last 6 or 7 minutes with what the Saints have been able to change the game.
And well done by Dempster. He read the situation. He knew he just had to hack it forward.
Blake goes up in the tap again. He nullified Brown. Del Santo got squashed. Too high. Free kick. Suddenly things are starting to swing St Kilda's way. Wellingham better give it back to him or it will be 50. He does. Del Santo spreads it wide. Take the mark. Montagna looks up into the 50. Cozzy's deep. He goes wide at the Milne. Couldn't take the mark under stress from Ben Johnson. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. There's a minute 7 on the clock.
And I'm not sure why, but Steve McBurney, the emergency's been out on the ground for 2 or 3 minutes.
So ball thrown back into play, 30 around from the Saints goal. In it comes Cossie. He gets the knockdown. Snyder had it. He lost it. Now Pendlebury, hand pass on to Ben Johnson. Del Santo might get it back here. No, he knocks it over. Now we're going to have a throw in again.
He's just blowing the cobwebs out.
Yeah, you wonder if there's an umpire who could be injured or he's made a report in this first quarter.
Yeah, Stevie Baker's gone out there and decided to terrorise Leon.
And Leon, just the one disposal in this first quarter.
57 seconds. 57 seconds remaining against the junior ruckman, Blake and Brown, who go at it. Blake and the ruck just about for the first time this year at the feet. It's Montagna that scraps in and Didak. We've seen a lot of this so far. Hacked away by Dale Thomas. Was it deliberate?
It's going to be deliberate.
He loves these. He loved. Oh, he didn't play it.
He looked over his shoulder and umpire.
Looking.
I know, just the last minute with 50-odd seconds on the clock, Goddard's just rolled himself behind the football.
Okay, so Goddard protecting the defensive half. Thrown in front of us on the wing. Hayes with a spectacular leap. Grabbed by Del Santo to the 50. Robert Eddy stood his ground against Maxwell. Great stuff from Milne to Snyder, who was tackled high. And it's Snyder's kick just on the 50.
49, the man on the mark is out. He'll have to kick at 52 to carry the line.
Yeah, this to tie the scores on quarter time.
He's just turned to the runner who's come out and said time. So he would have said to him, take your time. 29 seconds left on the clock.
Nick Moldales didn't like that one, just shaking his head.
So St Kilda, who have kicked the last 2 goals in this game, are 6 points down. Snyder's gone back almost to the wing. The man on the mark just inside the 50. He's got to think about distance and accuracy here, Adam Snyder, and he kicked into that man on the mark, and it ricocheted to Tuvey, who got the handball to ball. They just did a couple of safe disposals, and they'll get out here, Collingwood, and they will. And the mark is taken by Steele Sidebottom, who goes to Pendlebury. A big clash on the wing against Goddard. It's too late as far as either side is concerned to score, and at quarter time, it will be Collingwood by 6 points. But this is not the one-way contest it appeared after 10 minutes. Collingwood 4-2-26, St Kilda 3-2-20.
It's on Hutto, Didak and Farron Ray. We're in it in the middle, so there's a bit of heat there.
Goal kickers in this opening quarter: Thomas, Didak, Jolly and Blair. And for St Kilda, Revolt, Milne and Snyder are the goal kickers. The centre bet odds, 132946 to bet live, bet responsibly. Collingwood $1.33, they've shortened. St Kilda $3.25 and represent pretty good value. Downstairs now to Tiff Terry for Coates Hire.
Hutto, we heard that Collingwood chant go up the 16-minute mark after Thomas kicked that wobbly torp and they went out to a 3-goal lead. Well, they've been a little bit quiet since then, and they're looking around at the fans a little nervous still. Obviously after St Kilda's little comeback there. No injuries, which is good to say down here. Luke Ball's been off a couple of times, getting some work on that left hamstring, but doesn't seem to be worrying him. For interchange, Collingwood lead at this stage 35-32.
Okay, thank you, Tiff. We've had a look at our Drake International Recruits of the Year as the game goes on, and young Jared Blair had an impact early, boys, recruiting winners with Drake International, and our Ace Gutters player of the day. Tell us who are some of the most influential players Ace Gutters trusted for more than 50 years as you sum up the first quarter.
Well, I thought Thomas was fantastic getting into space on his wing, and then he pushed over and played another wing role on the other side of the ground. So doesn't actually play right in the true centre circle, but plays either wing at his discretion. On the other hand, I think the game swung in St Kilda's favour when they come back and kick those goals to be only a goal down now, when Goddard was able to use the ball in the back line. They don't have the foot speed, as we were talking a second ago, Tunners and Lloydie, that they can't run it out, but Goddard can spot it up coming out.
So the boost juice bounced not too far away. Let's hear from our analyst Dean Laidley and Matty Lloyd.
Certainly the Pies got off to a fire and became a critical part in the game, and then they were able to free up Fisher, who was having an impact. But the key to it was they started to win the ball through the midfield. Hayes, Montagna and Goddard, as Dermot said, was able to kick the ball through the middle of the ground. They were able to hit up targets between the arcs, and then were able to get shots at goal deeper. Look, I certainly like Nick Riewoldt when he's leading from deeper inside forward 50 rather than hitting up as far as high as the wings.
So the Maggies lead by 6 points as we begin the second quarter in the 2010 AFL Grand Final. And we are away, and it's Darren Jolly and Gardner going at it. Neither ruckman had a real hands to it. Ground level, trying to get the handball out was ball. He was wrapped up by Jones. We'll have a secondary ball up. So ball just getting up, just having a word to the umpire. The umpire will put it down again, or has he plucked a free kick from here? Just waiting for the ball to come back because it was kicked away. So we'll have a secondary ball up, just metres from the centre circles.
Goddard starts on the wing this second quarter. Heyshaw will be against him. That matchup will last about 90 seconds.
Jolly just got his hand on it. He got the handball out too. Out into some space. Tumbling football. Pete was able to step it forward. But they've got some numbers here. Tooby! Oh, he took on Goddard. Goddard wrapped him up. Was that holding the ball? No. He took him on. He saw him. He said, I'm going to try and force my way through. But the umpire said no prior, and we're going to have a ball up here on the wing.
He's been big, Goddard, in the second part of that first quarter.
Matty, and it looks like Lee Brown's pushing up to him, which is freeing up Fisher in the St Kilda back line, which is what the Saints want.
Free kick count 7-all. Dean Lately there, our analyst for GNC Live Well. Where do you go when you want to live well? You go to GNC, and it's 26 Collingwood playing 20 St Kilda. Another bounce required from Sean Ryan. Sun shining now at the MCG. Early in the second quarter, Hayes got another tap down. Tapped away though, kicked back to the wing by Shaw. Trying to gather it in, McCaffrey got buffeted out of the road. The Saints able to control on the ground. On taking it to Blake de Guild, bounces up and gave it to Hayes. His kick was smothered. Ricochets into the middle, and there's plenty of Saints living there. Dempster deep in the 50, one-on-one, Revolt and Brown outpoints him this time. It was the flight of the footy. It was well read. And a Glen Cameron Group mark of the day taken by young Nathan Brown, who goes back to Ben Reid. And the Saints start to close here. And Reid has to kick with good penetration, and Shaw has to go. Gardner was near. He marked it and handballed to Pendlebury, who gallops away in front of us along the members' wing.
He does, takes a couple of bounces, looks up, handballs on a ball. Quick by hand off to Lee Brown. Here they go, the Pies. Lee Brown pumps it up inside the 50, needs a mark. Cloak! Got it, second bite.
He looked to give off here. He's 15 metres out, 45-degree angle, maybe a tiny bit sharper. He's actually a low percentage to kick this.
It's quite interesting that the biggest weakness in Revolt's game is his body work in a one-on-one contest, and Nathan Brown too strong. And then you go down the other end, Zach Dawson's weakest part of his game. Great kick by Lee Brown to the favoured side, but he'll get monstered in one-on-ones on Travis Cloak. But a huge kick by the way he was kicking them before the match.
Let's see how it goes. Close range and angle. Kicking to the punt road end. In comes Travis Cloak. He guides that through.
Big kick.
That was a good confident kick by Cloak. And the Magpies on the SEN celebration scoreboard go to 5-2-32, St Kilda 3-2-20. 3 minutes gone, second quarter.
I've said it before, I reckon that, yeah, all right, Revolt's the best player in the team. Lenny Hayes is the spiritual captain of St Kilda. He's the one who puts the face mask on and just bangs into the opposition. Every time Pendlebury is getting the ball on the outlet, out of the back line, is the link man without pressure. Hayes is responsible for him, and he's not getting to him. As brave, as wonderful, as tough as Lenny Hayes is, he's allowing Pendlebury the escape outlet for Collingwood out of the back line.
And Pendlebury up to 8 disposals now for Continental Tires. Hayes on 11. We're back in the middle with Razor Ray Chamberlain. Centre bounce, the two main ruckmen going at it. Gardner had a second crack. Kicked out of the air by Swan. To centre half forward, Gilbert tangles there with side bottom. Eased him out of contention. Handball to Hayes. Sharp one ball. Bit of air on it, but it's all right to Gwilt. That's not real great at all across half back. Baker got squashed. And there's a free kick. A free kick going St Kilda's way. It was Blake underneath there. It was Big Lee Brown up over the top. And Blake takes the free handball. He gave it to Gwilt, who straight away had to give it straight back to Blake. And they work the surplus of numbers okay. And it's Dawson who brings it out of defence, sets a bit of a challenge forward, Clint Jones, and the ball bounced away. And it looks as if Collingwood has settled well in this second quarter. They're 5-2-32, St Kilda 3-2-20.
Hardo, Luke Ball back on the bench and getting some more work on that left hamstring. Just massage, no concern, but certainly would be troubling him a bit.
Thank you, Tiff. Down there with thanks to the coach. The umpire throws it back into play. Knocked down by Jolly, comes to Dane Swan, got a handball away. Montagna to Hayes. He's handball charged down by Swan, who takes it, tucks it under the arm, puts it up inside the 50, and Dawes just got rid of Gwilton, took the mark.
Too easy.
49 metres out is Chris Dawes.
He just ran him off the drop of the footy.
He looks like he's going to steady up and have a crack at goal as Swan makes his way off. And he's going to have a sit down, and with the applause of the Collingwood fans, and we're watching Chris Dawes have a shot at goal. Let's see how he goes. He's going to have to kick it from probably just outside the 50. He's got a fairly tough angle to contend with. In the glorious sunshine at the MCG, now pulls that one dramatically to the left, and that is out on the full free kick, Saints.
Just makes you wonder whether this kicking a goal is going to come back. It's been the storyline all year, hasn't it, with Collingwood? Will it come back to haunt them late? It's 5-2-32 to 3-2-20 at the moment. Brendan Goddard has the footy.
He's looking at man-on-man ahead.
Yeah, it's an imposing sight for a man on the last line. This Collingwood grid that's spread out, he's able to find Hayes, but it was very short. So Hayes is confronted with pretty much the same thing. Goes for the tallest man he can see, which is Revolt, but Jolly was taller. Slapped it back, and so did Nathan Brown. Back to the 50, side bottom, good body work against Goddard, who scrambles over the top. Trying to gather the footy, he can't. Collingwood have locked it in, as they're so good at doing. It's 60 metres out, and it's 5-2-32 to 3-2-20. There's a bit of high contact here, I think. Now the umpire not paying the free.
Good umpiring.
And he's going to ball it up.
Just a cautionary word. Don't affect the play, just bounce it.
6 minutes gone, celebration scoreboard, your local independent liquor store.
There's the ball up again. Gardner wins it down. Balsano trying to force his way through. Being snatched by side bottom. He puts it up inside the 50. It's a high ball. Sam Fisher just smashed it away. Gould giving chase. Dawes after it as well. Gould some good body work. Overrunning it though is Gilbert. Opens it all here for Beams. Inside the 50. Dempster's got it covered. Takes the comfortable mark for the Saints. And he shields his eyes from the sun and looks up for someone to give it to.
Revolt gives him a chop out. He's got to jump over Tuvey. He did, but he missed the mark. It spills to the back. Tuvey's able to gather it on the southern wing. Works the handball back to Nathan Brown, running out of room. Revolt got the wild handball. He lost it just as quickly, and it's off a St Kilda boot, is it? It's out of bounds on the full, and it's going to Tuvey. So Tuvey to take the free. Collingwood still lead. It's off the back heel of Nick Revolt. They still lead by 12 points, the Pies, and they're prepared to bring it back into the defensive 50 to find Shaw, who's going to wheel around and go with the angle across the ground to Big Jolly, who marks. But it's given St Kilda time to sort out their defensive structure. Handball to O'Brien, high one-on-one on the wing. Side bottom's got the drop on this, but Fran had the extra reach, and he taps it over the boundary line and out of bounds, right down in front of Tiff for Coates Hire. Thank you, Tiff. It's 5-2-32 Collingwood, 3-2-20 St Kilda. Grand final day for Autobahn. Oh, well, that's good.
Absolutely perfect conditions there, ground surface.
Yeah, that's absolutely. There's a bit of a swirly wind that has picked up probably over the last 10 minutes.
Here's a chance for Blair. He gathers it in, got the handball back. Heath Shaw now looks up. He sends it to half forward. There's been some holding. It's going to be a free kick to Dawes.
Yeah, that's Wilt worrying about Dawes getting to the front. He can't get a spoil on him if he takes front position.
Dawes, he looked for the short one. Coming in with Lenny Hayes, got some contact too. Ball inside the 50. Dave Thomas over the top of it. Now, I reckon Blake's on the bottom of that. He might. No, the umpire's going to come in and ball it up, and it's 45 metres out from goal.
When the Saints turn over the football at the moment, they're getting the ball in the wrong player's hands. Blake's getting it, Dawson's getting it, Dempster's getting it, Goddard, Gilbert, those type of guys, they're the ones that need to kick the ball going outside, because that's how they had success in that later half of the first quarter.
They're all scrapping for it. Eventually Pete, but he was wrapped up as soon as he took possession, and eventually the umpire puts the whistle to the mouth, and we're going to have a ball up. It's 55 metres out from Collingwood's goal. 5-2-32. St Kilda 3-2-20 on the SEN celebration scoreboard.
You wonder if Jason Blake could go to Chris Dawes and free up James Gwilt, because he's given away 10 kilos, Gwilt.
Both ruckmen more worried about each other than the footy. It fell to the ground level where Ray went backwards to try and go forwards, which they duly do. Little handball from Gilbert was nifty to Goddard. He kicks it out on the wing. Johnson leads the foot race against Milne, but it bounced beautifully accommodated for Milne. Handball to Revolt, finds himself adrift on the wing. Centering kick, didn't get over the head of O'Brien. Extra centimetres paid off. Takes the mark in front of his opponent Snyder. Quickly, without much thinking, handballs to Shaw and then back to Reid. Instant stuff from one half back to the other, and Lee Brown takes the mark. But they're held up in their tracks here. The game's just slowed down in terms of scoring. It's 5-2, 32 Collingwood, 3-2, 20 St Kilda. 10 minutes gone, second term. SEN Autobarn footy.
Here's Luke Brown. It's a big bomb. It's a high ball. Who can take this one? Floating backwards, Goddard coming off hands and over for a boundary throw in here on the wing.
I'd sort of look at it from the opposite angle, and if you want in the business of wondering, I'd sort of wonder whether Leon can get a touch or a tackle soon.
Thank you, Derm. You've been on that all year. Clearances 6-1 this quarter in favour of Collingwood.
Ball back into play. Gardner was able to win it down comfortably. Goes after it again. Spills to Dale Santo. Could have got some high contact. Certainly played for it. Dale Thomas handball up. Deflected away to Didak. Now to Burns. Creative handball. Oh, hit hard. And it was
Great footy.
Fantastic work from Zach Dawson. And we could see a little push and shove here. Dawson was there. He just stopped Didak in his tracks. Bang.
Great footy, and accidentally need him in the head as well, which would have done more damage.
Eakin Powerbounds replay, so it should have been a free kick to Didak. The ball back into motion. Out comes Maxwell off the half-back, takes it on the wing and serves it out to Penalty. Gives the side bottom, hesitates, and now goes for glory. Cloak will mark it. No! Zach got back and got a hand onto it, and it's through from behind, and Collingwood at 5-3-33. St Kilda at 3-2-20. You got something to say?
Yeah, Maxwell just got kicked in the head by Schneider, but he shrugged off the physios and ran off.
Here's Peake. Peake brings it in, and Baron Ray's got it now. They're on a bit of a run here. Gilbert running and bouncing. He kicks it up inside the 50 for the Saints. Cozzy! Great diving mark. He's taken it right on the 50, 45-degree angle. Going to go back and line him up.
Here's Dean Lathey for GNC.
Well, look, we just saw then the chain of possessions by kick, and you see Gilbert's the one who kicks the ball inside forward 50. Saints haven't got the leg speed to run and carry the football and break out like the Pies have, so they've got to be able to kick their way through the middle of the ground and hit a target, marking target going inside forward 50.
Big development, Tiff. We'll come to you after this kick. Travis Cloak's come to the boundary with a limp.
Yeah, he's also changing his boots.
Here's Justin Koschitzki, good kick, he's given it plenty, it's there! Cozzy puts one through for the Saints.
Your boy Lloydie, he's kicked the goal.
Yeah, and that's what he needs, obviously for leg speed. He can't get off his opponent, but when it's a great centre break like that, Ben Reid took his eyes off the footy, didn't know what direction it was coming from. That's all Cozzy needed, and for his confidence, he'd only had the one disposal, but he only has to have 2 or 3. If he can contribute 2 or 3 goals, that'll be a huge plus that the Saints haven't had for most of the year.
Marble trend goal of the day. Trendsetters in your bathroom. 5-3-33 Collingwood. 4-2-26 St Kilda. We've gone 12 minutes in this second term for celebrations.
And Derm, the change of the boots is actually, he's getting his left heel, his ankle worked on and restrapped.
So any issue at all as far as you're concerned for Collingwood with Travis Cloak?
Well, I'll just keep my eye on him. I didn't actually see him limp to the bench, so
it actually happened in the goal square where that last attempt on Mark Dawson spoiled him. He got up with a rolled ankle.
Blake in the middle with the acrobatic leap. It's amazing. We're going to have another ball up to see grand final day, really the first time pretty much of the year Jason Blake has had to ruck. It's a huge call from Ross Lyon.
Yep, and could be a key to the game. So we've now got Fisher and Thomas free for each of the teams behind the ball.
Okay, Sean Ryan does his thing. A little bit skew if taken. Well done by Blake. Put it in the lap of Goddard. His kick was smothered. Ricochets out to the wing. Ray had to absorb the tackle. Couldn't really do that. Dane, Swan and Davis. There's your man trying to get amongst it. Derm. And we've got a ball up. It's mainly Dane Swan though, to be fair. Davis just tacked on the end. We've got another ball up on the wing. 33 Collingwood, place St Kilda 26.
One down. Oh, there's Leon Davis. Hacked it out of mid-air, but a nice mark has been taken by Sam Fisher safely at centre-half back. He spreads it wide for Quilt. A bit awkward, but he took the mark at left half back and now slows it down.
We saw Luke Hodge win a Norm Smith off half back. Sam Fisher is giving no accountability to Brett McCapper, but he's winning the battle by far, dominating across the back line.
Here's McQualter. Eddie Revolt caught. Got his handball out, the umpire said play on was the call. They all jump on top of the Sharon, and the umpire blows his whistle, and we're going to have a ball up.
Second quarter, Continental Tires stat sheet inside 50s. Collingwood 9, St Kilda 2, but scores 4. Collingwood have just scored 1 goal 1 to St Kilda's 1 straight goal, so 7 more entries inside forward 50 for 1 point lead.
No one went with Goddard at the ruck, ball up, knocked away in Thomas's direction though. Montagna hassles him all the way to the line. and it is over and out for this quarter. Blake and Gwilt and Gilbert with 4 disposals, Hayes with 3, and for Collingwood, Heath-Shaw with 5, Swan and Jolly with 3. Again, the boundary umpire throws it in. Again, it's the junior ruckman, and Brown out-bustles Blake that time. Hurried his kick up the wing. Clean bowled Fisher. Clean bowled Zach. Picked up by Gwilt. Handball back to Baker. Along the line to Fisher. Was facing the wrong way. Kicked around the corner. A rainmaker. Playing in front was Del Santo. Tapped away though by Wellingham. Goddard came through and found some body contact. It got down to the little man. And Blair is buffeted over the boundary line. And we're going to have a throw in on the wing with Collingwood 5-3-33. And St Kilda 4-2-26. This is SEN Autobarn footy.
So ball up on the southern wing.
Good news, Travis Cloak running up and down along the boundary. He'll be fine to come back on.
Thanks, Tiff. Blake wins it down, but they all jump on top, and we're going to have another bounce down. So it is Collingwood leading by 7 points at the 15.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 11-16 SEN footy for Autobarn. We've got a ball up again, still up there on the southern side, taken cleanly by Goddard. Being knocked down though by Dale Thomas. Didak takes it, handball to Pendlebury. He lays the hand pass nicely for William. Well set up this. William up inside the 50, wanting a mark. Gilbert got back there, couldn't take it cleanly. Ball still alive. Sam Fisher scrapping for it, but they've got him wrapped up, and that's a good result for the Maggies because they've got a stoppage 30 metres out from their goal.
Crucial to get Travis Cloak back on the ground, just for another tool for them to worry about. They didn't look as potent without him on the ground going inside 50 then.
Again, Sean Ryan restarts them 30 out. Collingwood in a dangerous position here as far as St Kilda are concerned. Trying to work his way through Pendlebury. Del Santo's turn to go, he did, but his handball under severe pressure went to Thomas. Tooby shapes it off the outside of the boot, and it sneaks through 4 behind. Collingwood up 5-4-34. St Kilda are 4-2-26. It doesn't feel like the game's actually lived up in terms of skills. It's that pressure of grand final day at the moment.
Oh, it's what both teams do, and in particular St Kilda, they never or rarely let their guard down. Their plays under Ross Lyon are so good, they never let you break away, which is great to see.
Got up with a kick to himself. McWalter takes the mark at left half back. He's eager to play on, he does. He gets it away to Farron Ray. By hand he goes to Robin Eddy. He's caught, he's gone. Already the football.
That's the type of player, that bloke at the bottom end of the list. It's 50, they picked it up and ran on with it, the Saints. That's the type of player, and look, good on the kid, and he's going to get better and better as he goes in his career, but I just wonder about that kid at that end of their list who doesn't know the circumstance, the tempo, that will succumb to Collingwood's tackling. It's going to cost him a goal.
He just melted, didn't he?
Yeah.
When he got the football, so I'd say, with that 50-metre penalty, it's a shot at goal from point-blank range.
Cloak coming on for Davis.
And it's going to be McCappa to take it. So Brent McCappa comes in from 10 metres out directly in front and puts another one through for the Magpies. SEN celebration scoreboard there, out to a 14-point lead, 6-4-40, St Kilda 4-2-26. We've gone nearly 18 minutes second quarter.
The tactical battle out there is between the Collingwood forwards and the St Kilda defenders. When the Collingwood forwards can reset and have 6 forwards outside the stoppage and actually make each and every single one of them defend, it puts enormous pressure on the Saints defenders. So if they win the ball and score, terrific, but if they don't, Collingwood can far easily turn the ball over because they can't kick their way out of it, the Saints.
And the culprit was Farron Ray, who kicked it away and gave up 50, gave up a goal. Collingwood back out to a 14-point lead. It's a very important stage of this 2010 AFL Grand Final. Gardner won the tap, but storming through Dane Swan. A monster kick all the way to full forward. They wrestle, they push and shove, and it came down to Gwilt. His kick didn't have much penetration on though, and William gathers in, pirouettes his way through half forward, handball under pressure, back in the maze, gathered by Gilbert, shows a turn of speed and brings it away for St Kilda. Chance for redemption, perhaps for Robert Eddy. Takes the mark, wanted to give, decided not to. Revolt call, he almost got done again. Handball to Montagna, he did get done. Oh, Collingwood closed the gap, and the Saints bottom 6 are costing them at the moment.
Yeah, and he's coming off the ground, Eddie. That was one he had to give the handball. They were on a fast break. Fisher did what he does best, and Eddie slowed the game down. Just got to give it to your good ball users.
You've got to understand the moment.
Yeah.
6-4-40 to 4-2-26. Swan breaks again, kicks it deep. Going to be hard for Dawes. He might just find the footy on the ground. No, he couldn't. Dawson did well, backed it up, got it across to Fisher, who sends it out to Del Santo. Needs to be steadfast here. Didn't mark. Confronted by Blair. No free kick. They're circling the pies. Razor Ray's got the whistle. He puts it away. It's a ball up.
They've let that one go today, so let's hope they don't give one of those decisions in the dying moments.
It is 51 metres out from the Magpies' goal. There's a wrestle here in the ruck. And it's Garner who wins it down. Hayes couldn't take it. Ball couldn't take it. In there was Blair. He was the man that took it cleanly. Up around his body he goes, wanting a mark. He doesn't get one. Ball hits the deck. Quick hand pass from McCapper. It stays in. Comes to Graham. Graham now kicks it to the wing. Revolts. He takes the mark. He let up. And he's got it the skipper. He's got it between half-back and wing. He springs to his feet. He looks up and he gives it off by hand to Hayes. Then a revolt again. Then with a left he does. And he goes to centre-half forward. Peake might be the man here. O'Brien doubles back. Peake's got a second bite at it. And it's been paid. And he's got it just outside the 50 for the Saints.
He sure had to put body on Farron Ray as he left him to jump over.
Peake is a big kick. And it's a boomer to full forward. Knocked away by Maxwell, though, cleverly done. He guided the spoil down to side bottom. His left foot kick is towards McCaffrey. Got manhandled by Goddard. Probably didn't need to do that, Brendan Goddard. And the free kick goes McCapper's way. Collingwood 6-4-40. St Kilda 4-2-26 on your celebration scoreboard. SEN, your local independent liquor store. McCapper goes forward and back and kicks. Just took a bit of the pace off the kick. Slapped away well by Dempster on Lee Brown. And it goes over the line out of bounds. Ace Gunners player of the day, boys. Trusted for more than 50 years. Who's been the most important player so far?
I tell you what, Mrs. Sidebottom, your boy's playing a blinder.
Well, he's got a history of playing well in big games at TAC level, and he's having a blinder.
There he is
Ball
again.
back, he's got it again. Sidebottom is confronted. Ball jarred free. Jolly scrapping for it. Jolly eventually gets it. And then to Heath Shaw. Heath Shaw kicks it to half forward down for the Magpies. Tumbling footy. Zach Dawson used his body well. Gave the handball off to Dempster. And now to Gilbert. Gilbert now can kick it to half back. Oh, Dale Thomas nearly had it. Opens it all over Ben Johnson. Short William. Got the mark. Had to really have a bit of pressure come at him then. They wanted 50, the Magpies fans. Not going to get that. And Williams got it just outside the 50.
Cloak is moving at half rat power since he's come back on with that ankle ailment.
Big kick from Sharrod Williams, needs a big mark, and doubling back, double-fisted punt. Sam Fisher getting back there, and a minor score on the SEN celebration scoreboard. The Magpies 6-5-41. The Saints are 4-2-26, and we've gone 22 minutes second quarter.
For Continental Tires, Dale Thomas with 12 for Collingwood, 11 to Dane Swan and Steel side bottom, 10 for Penrelby and for Didak, and also for Heath Shaw. Give you the Saints in a moment as Wilt goes to himself and then to half-back. Ben Reid, the man most likely, didn't mark it. It falls for O'Brien. Swinging into action now is Dale Thomas. He's got the dancing shoes on. This way, that way. Out the back to O'Brien and then to Reid. His kick was hard smothered. He feels the St Kilda crunch. But Dale Thomas with a delicate little pass onto the chest of Dawes. He's locked against the boundary line though. And he will be wishing that someone will present an option. At least no one expects this one to go through. It's going to be a tough kick.
Every deep entry Collingwood have had into their forward line has been because of an option error by St Kilda at half-back. The option they've taken, the choice they've selected, has been the impossible kick in this quarter, or they've missed the target, or they've held the ball too long.
Wrong side for a right footer. Chris Dawes from 40 metres out. It's not going to be a goal across the face. Gardner taking no chances. Slapped it through for a behind. And it's Collingwood 6-6-42, St Kilda 4-2-26. For this quarter, it's been 2-4 to Collingwood, 1 straight to the Saints on the celebration scoreboard.
Farron Ray off with the blood rule.
And are smashing them for inside 50s, Hutto. 16-3 this quarter, so absolute dominant. And it's just that they haven't hit the scoreboard. But this is now where St Kilda have got to get the ball out and find someone like in the first quarter. Graham, Goddard were the ones that set up their forays forward. Got to get it in the good users' hands.
Goddard just has to roll the dice and go for a long kick, hoping for a mark. He doesn't get it. Lee Brown instead took it for the Magpies. He got it backwards. And now pumping it up inside the 50, the Maggies go. They need a mark. They're not going to get a ball. Hits the neck. Pendlebury there trying to get a handball out. It's a congested pack. Trying to get a hold of that Thomas side bottom. He was tackled by Nick Del Santo. And we're going to have another ball up, and it's 40 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
Just on that, Montagna only 2 disposals for this quarter. Goddard and Hayes have had 4 and 5, but haven't had the influence they did in the first.
So another ball up. The wrestler's on, third man up, knocked down by Lenny Hayes. Quick kick out by Nick Del Santo out of that congestion. Tumbling footy on the southern wing. Nick Maxwell gets there first. He did well to gather, and then he runs with some purpose, puts it up inside the 50. Sam Fisher, Dawes contested off Dawes' hands, and it's over for a throw in right forward pocket for the Magpies, but they're still dominating the inside 50s.
And now this boundary line thrown, Leon Davis is a crummy forward, the only true crummy forward Collingwood have got. He's got to get to the base of this.
Jolly got the tap. Big Lee Brown almost heaved the goal through. Dempster on the line, wrapped up by Dawes. It's a close call. Play on. Harry kick away, got up, but it's all Collingwood there. Harry O'Brien has kicked it, I reckon. It's come back on the breeze. It's a goal. Oh, the Collingwood masses are on their feet again. The players. Some of them are walking wounded. Sharon Wellingham is limping towards the bench. The rest are running on top of the ground. They lead by 22 points. Collingwood 7-6-48. St Kilda a 4-2, 26. Celebration scoreboard for SEN.
Dempster needed to run that ball through and start again as Wellingham limps off. Is it the ankle that he missed early in the week?
It looks like it's his left ankle, yeah.
But I was going to say, if they could get to half-time, just 16 points down, that'd be a win. They've kicked another one because they have been totally dominated in this second quarter.
That chance starts again. Have a listen to it. We're back in the middle. After it now, Pendlebury got the hand pass to Dane Swan. He kicks it up inside the 50 again. Blake there with a double-fisted punch. Clint Jones goes off the ground, out towards the boundary line. After it is Blair and Gilbert. Gilbert with some body work. Blair didn't give up the go-so. Ball spills out. Oh, Pendlebury lays a bump. He goes in after it. He knocked it out. Got at the ball. Ball, just a little kick for touch. It was effective. It goes out. We'll have a throw in 60 metres around from Collingwood's goal.
Swans had 2 clearances in this quarter on the Continental Tire stat sheet and 1 first possession out of the centre as well. So literally 3 times he's taken the ball away from the centre circle.
Boundary umpire brings it back into play. Half forward for Collingwood. Falls for Lenny Hayes, but even he's got the fumbles now. They dive on top of him. He hacks the handball away, but only as far as Didak with the littlest man out there, Blair. Rolls with the punches. Got it out now. Intercepted now by Hayes. Has to kick around the corner. Big one-on-one here. Taken by Schneider in front of O'Brien. To half forward. Cozzy's got to get there. He does. There's no one inside the 50. He's waiting. 75 from goal. Presents the kick for either Fisher or Revolt. He was manhandled, then Revolt. Fisher came on the overflow. Good tackling back there, but Revolt has a second crack. Gets it up. Here's Joe Blake. He overruns it. Shuffled out of the way by Davis. Calls the 50-50. Back in goes hard. Goes Blake. And in the end, both fans are happy, but particularly the Pies fans, because again, St Kilda have missed the march. They're 7-6-48. Collingwood 4-2-26 St Kilda.
Revolt forced through the ruck work, got the palm out, and then over the boundary line. As Milne sees it over, we're going to have a throw in.
Just 4 disposals, Stephen Milne, and in this quarter he's been very, very quiet.
They've had no chance, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think it's because Darren Jolly's ruck work, he's been sensational in around the ground. They've been even, him and Gardner, but dominating the ruck.
So ball back into play. Jolly wins it down straight to Lenny Hayes. Taken off him. Here's Dane Swan running and bouncing. They can't touch him. He kicks it up inside the 50. It's going to be a tumbling footy. Getting back side bottom. Did he get some manhandling? No. He goes after it again. Zach Dawson tries to kill it. Here goes side bottom. He's not giving up. Now he's laying tackles. And now we're going to have a stoppage. Good work, side bottom. He can snip a goal, and then he became a defender. And we're going to have a ball up.
Well, it's really interesting, the inside 50s for the game. Collingwood are already at 30. Now, we know that St Kilda deny the opposition. It's going to be interesting to see how many they get for the game.
They try and get a ball to boot there. McCaffer from the restart. Another ball up required. It's Collingwood by 22 for Coach Tip.
Hardo Wellingham has just emerged. It's actually his left knee. Immediate, looks like with the strapping that he's got. He's running up and down the boundary. I'll keep my eye on him. Not quite sure.
2 minutes to go in this second term, which has been dominated by Collingwood around the grounds and to some extent on the board. Montagna's kick was perfect as it turned out. It cleared the danger area and bounced over the boundary line. The margin still stands at 22.
They're just clawing on here, the Saints. There's Saints supporters out there. They just need to hold up the wall here at the moment.
And hence Nick Revolt's back in defence. He got the tap. Montagna came through with the momentum, couldn't get it. Stolen by Blair. Handball to Graham. He doesn't look right to me, Graham. He He can't get it released, but the ball is eventually bundled over the boundary line and out of bounds.
They're hunting at the Magpies.
Yes, they are.
They're getting 2 to each tackle at the moment.
And they would love seeing Revolt in the ruck. Cossey's in the centre of the ground. They have to push up. They're getting no balls deep.
There's Blake takes it. It was tackled by Ball.
He caught it out of the ruck. And that's not played in the ruck enough this year to understand that instinctively.
Ball up inside the 50. Clegg got it. Couple of little bites. And he takes the mark and will line up from 30 out directly in front.
Have a look who he's opposed to. Farron Ray trying to give coverage.
Brett
Peake, sorry.
Just had the superior reach on the Eakin Power Bands replay. And now he will line up from directly in front.
Yeah, that Blake free kick, that he hasn't played in the ruck, so that rule isn't familiar to him in a split-second instant.
Glenn Cameron Group mark of the day contender for Cloak.
You just wonder if they can come back from here if he kicks this, the Saints.
I reckon they're clawing on, they're hanging on all right. I reckon they still can.
In he comes, and a miss. Well, that might be the let-off. But they were after the Saints. He should have put that one away, covers Cloak, but only a minor score, 7-7-49. St Kilda 4-2-26. SEN celebration scoreboard.
It's been the side story all year, hasn't it? Goddard kicks into himself with some protection. He heaves it as long as he can, hoping Sam Fisher could outmark Jolly. He couldn't. Getting the run of the ball was Robert Eddy. Blind handball was poor. Slapped back to the 50 by Maxwell. Covered there by Montagna. But again, they're circling the pies. Wilt with some initiative did well. Handball to Gilbert, then off to Eddy. The kick to the wing. Milne hopelessly outsized. They need a little bit of a lucky bounce. Ball's able to win it for Collingwood. There's still time for one more. Maxwell goes deep. Dawes climbs through the middle of the pack. And it falls for Cloak. And he's missed again. He's missed to the left. He's missed to the right. They are 7-8-50 Collingwood. That was easier than the last.
Gee, he waved the ball around before he dropped it to his foot too.
Oh, St Kilda 4-2-26. 6 seconds to go.
Sean Dempster in a fair bit of trouble with his right ankle.
Just need to not stuff up this kick back into play, the Saints.
Yeah, I don't think they will, because it just goes short to Baker, who safely takes it. And Baker might just tick time away to half-time. And there it is. Great quarter for the Magpies.
They get a chance to reload, the Saints here though. 24 points down, and they get a chance to reload. It's not a massive lead, and as look, listening to the bloke you work with, hello, Malcolm Blight, this is the type of lead that will force your hand to make a few changes, and it's not a great big lead, and it can be taken away from them in a matter of minutes. And they did hold on all right there, the Saints. I predicted Collingwood by 6 to 8. This is going to be a lot closer than that.
But just some maybe, boys, while we go to tip, you think about some Panasonic Tough Board key matchups for the second half that could tell the tale. The tough laptop for tough tradies. Tip first.
Well, there was 4 injuries in that second quarter. We saw with Cloak with the left ankle. He came back on, as Derm noticed, probably not as effective as he was prior to that. Farron Ray had a smash on his nose, which took quite a while for them to tape up, but he's okay. Wellingham, the knee, the MCL, medial collateral ligament in his knee on the left side. He came back on. Also, Sean Dempster, that was the concern with him with his right ankle in the dying seconds of the second quarter. But he is back out there, and there was a few questions about Gardner not being out there, but he's fine. I've seen him warm up.
I think that's the biggest matchup of them all, Hutto. Michael Gardner. I think Darren Jolly's given ascendancy. I know it's hard to rate great players because you look at disposals often, but I think his dominance for his midfielders, Gardner needs a big last half. Maybe it is his last half of his career. He's not sure what he wants to do, but it's big. And also, look at the goal kickers for St Kilda. Revolt, Snyder, Kazitsky, Milne. Can they find someone else that can bob up and kick a goal or two, because they desperately need it?
The one thing I would do with the midfield, the change-up I would force is Lenny Hayes is finding the ball. His opponent Pendlebury's finding the ball. But what Pendlebury's doing, as good as Swan has been against Clinton Jones, Swan's taking the ball away from the centre. So Jones has a sight on him. He's just too good. At least let Lenny Hayes go at it at Bullet and Gate without having to worry about Pendlebury the other way. Send Jones to Pendlebury and let Hayes go head-to-head with Swan, so it's a bash-up at the centre bounce clearances between those two.
And just a little stat here, Hutto. In the history of grand finals, only 3 teams have won after being 4 goals down at half-time in the grand final.
One of them would be Essendon in 84.
Yeah, all right, just leave that alone.
Hutto, as they go into their positions, we see Peak.
Gilbert
Looks like he's gone forward with also Gilbert, and Schneider's ended up on the out on the far wing.
Well, these are the forced changes, so will it turn the game on its head? Let's wait and find out.
The challenge is laid down, and St Kilda have got Kazitsky starting in the ruck, so that does not bode well as Jolly gets the tap to Pendlebury, and it's hurried forward. Say that because Gardner's on the bench and he must be injured. There was a suspicion of that.
Bit of a scrap behind play,
and it's going to be another ball up. So we saw Gardner out there. Oh, now there's more than a scrap. Maybe that's what St Kilda will do. They come in from all angles. Montagna toe-to-toe with Ben Johnson. They've ganged up. The ball back into play. Comes into the forward 50 for the Saints. Maxwell can't clear it. Oh, Hayes got a cruel bounce. That's gathered by Clinton Jones. He ducks out and then ducks back in. Sam Fisher just hurried it onto the boot. Del Santo now, you've got to go and hard against Maxwell, who slapped it away. Farron Ray can't escape the clutches of Dane Swan. Handball wildly picked up by Luke Ball. Got it to Pendlebury, a moment of hesitation, but he got it safely to Swan. He couldn't ride out the tackle from Lenny Hayes. Holding the ball. It's Lenny Hayes who makes the first statement here.
I don't know if they're against each other, but that's the contest I want. If I'm looking from the Saints' perspective, I want the two lines to go head-to-head, and I want the win to go to Hayes emotionally.
He handballed to Graham, not sure about the wisdom in that. It's a skyscraper to full forward. Almost a mark to Cozzy off the ground. Del Santo, but it's touched.
He's not right, Del Santo.
And it's through for a behind.
That was tackle number 8 for Lenny Hayes, so great start. I know we're only a minute in, but great intensity from the Saints.
So it's 7-8-50 Collingwood, 4-3-27 St Kilda. That's the SEN 4-20 scoreboard. Ben Reid marks the kick in to win a trip to Ireland. Visit 420promos.com.au.
And it goes out wide. Dale Thomas, his target, just a bit too far for him, and it bounces out for a boundary throw-in. 70 metres out from goal.
Tiff, what do we know about Michael Gardner? Anything?
No, not at this stage. He's not receiving any treatment.
Clinton Jones looks like he has gone to Pendlebury, and Farron Ray to Dane Swan.
Jolly over the top, got the palm down. Dale Thomas just a little grubber kick, but taking it was Goddard. He got the handball away, and then a big kick from Cozzy to half forward. No mark that time to Harry O. Thomas stayed down, handball to Maxwell. Maxwell goes back to the wing, crashing it was Dawes. Staying down the lead round. Hand pass off to Johnson, goes to half forward. On the stretch, no mark to Clark, who'll get the handball over from Didak. We're going inside the 50, it's an open 50, it's a tumbling footy. Tumble, getting to it first was Dawes, and it's going to be rushed through. It's Dempster who got there. Dempster rushed it through for 1 point. And that was desperate stuff right on the line.
See, a class kick hits him lace out, and he's having a shot at goal now.
That was one that got away for Collingwood. In fact, they've had a few. 7-9-51 to 4-3-27. Brett Peake kicks it deep. Gilbert and Goddard, the two Gs, and Gilbert takes a very solid mark. A Glenn Cameron Group mark of the day at half-back.
He's looking at a wall of Magpie jersey straight ahead. Revolt's just seized up for room. He's going to have to stand and deliver in a marking contest.
He's going to be crunched and worked out of this one. He was forced to spoil. Down to Milne, it's worked out okay. He skips through half forward, Milne. Shapes it off the outside of the boot. Cozzy's got to bend the knees. He gets down and dirty. He keeps it in, and he didn't lose his cool. He kept it to Revolt. And how big is this kick?
Just an enormous work rate from the St Kilda captain up on the wing here, then be able to run and get back there and get that kick coming back on the inside. And Brown, he was buggered for legs.
He's got the blood rule here, so he's copped one high in that contest, and obviously
Mick
took a bit of sting out of him that he couldn't chase it.
Mick has gone absolutely burlesque in the box. The Ekin Power Band's monitor.
You know how I like lip reading, Hutto?
Yep.
It was F and Reedy. They were the two words he said.
Well, we know that you like swearing on here, so someone shut the man up. Nick Revolt, with 200,000 eyeballs on him around the MCG, stands 30 metres out from goal. Kicks don't come much bigger than this, and he delivers. The captain delivers, and St Kilda are back in the hunt. 18 points the difference. 7-9-51 Collingwood, 5-3-33 St Kilda. 4 minutes gone.
Yep. He's got a point though, Mick.
Scoreboard.
Got a point though, Mick. If Presti's down there where Reid was, he doesn't let that kick get there.
And the change of Gilbert going to the forward line, he took that really strong mark up here on the wing, where he doesn't have to, Rewald and Kosicki and these guys don't have to push so far up, and then you've been able to get Rewald to get that ball back from 40 metres out. So that the result in that move is already paying dividends.
Can the Saints get some momentum from that? 18 points the margin now. We're back in the middle for a restart. It's going to be Kosicki to do the ruck work with Darren Jolly. Jossie goes a bit early, couldn't get a real palm on it. Jones, handball out to Sam Fisher. He was caught, but still got boot the ball. It's a tumbly one, but O'Brien was able to read it well. He goes short out to Johnson, and Ben Johnson goes to the right half forward. Good mark taken by Sidebottom. Still a kick and a half out from goal though for the Maggies. Sidebottom looks up. He sends it long and he sends it deep to the forward pocket. Dawes in the mix here. He couldn't take the mark. Ball hit down. Beams. Clever stuff. He got it away to Pendlebury. Pendlebury back top of the goal square. Thomas sets himself. Can't take the mark. Goddard there. Pressure stuff. It's in the goal square. They're over the top of it. The umpire's going to ball it up right at the top of the goal square.
The ball went to Goddard's hands, and from his knees, we have a look at the Egan Power Bands replay, from his knees, Thomas strips Goddard of that footy.
Thomas on his haunches. He's amongst 25 players around the footy. Ball up, top of the goal square for Collingwood. It finds its way to Fisher, handballs to Hayes, and end on end it goes out of the 50. Tracked down by Ben Johnson. Tried to handball to his own advantage. Montagna though was onto it, scooped it up, tapped it away to Graham at half back. Boundary line was a factor as well, and he walks over and will have it thrown at half forward. Early points to the Saint Craps in this third quarter for 4 and 20.
I know, just Gardner, just a quick update. He's done a couple of run-throughs and there's no problem with him down here.
Well, he's been there for a while. We're going to have a throw in now, and it's going to be Jolly to get the palm down. William couldn't get it clean. Del Santo to Jones. Jones kicked partially charged down. After it, Swan, but Goddard wins out, but he's tackled. They're all over him like a cheap suit. We're going to have a ball up out there on the southern wing. And it's the Magpies by 18 points.
If they get a clearance here, St Kilda, they'll do all right out of it. Collingwood have been frantic running forward and they can't get numbers back quick enough.
Jolly gets the tap out into the open spaces and it's filled by Farron Ray. He handballed unnecessarily straight to Dale Thomas, who goes for his second top of the day. He actually hit that better than the first. The first one was a goal, that one was out on the full. Work that out if you can. 7-9-51 Collingwood to 5-3-33. And that is the SEN 4 and 20 scoreboard. And the free kick goes St Kilda's way, and it's worked by Fisher all the way back. They arch around. Back to Snyder and then over to Gwilton. They've come from the southern side and they're going to journey up this, the members. Because he's there. He takes the mark and around the corner. He's given it air. Maxwell loves a bit of air and he comes in and just knuckles it away. And it bounces over the boundary line. And that was sloppy stuff by the Saints. 7-9-51 to 5-3-33. 7.5 gone, third quarter.
Was a poor kick, but Cozzy is at least getting away from Jolly. As a forward, he can't get away from his defender, but he's working Cozzy around Jolly around the ground.
Nathan Brown back on.
He got the hand pass to Jones. Close, Didak just forces him the ball over the boundary line, throwing again.
And the other matchup is Milne on Harry O'Brien. He's so concerned about the agility and the run of Harry. He's so Harry O'Brien conscious. He's got to start attacking the footy.
So ball thrown back into play. Cozzy got his hand to it at ground level. It's gathered in by Tootie. He lost it, taken by William. He was tackled by Del Santo. Ball jarred free. Pendlebury after it now. And side bottom close to the boundary line. He's over. Pressure pretty good that time from the Saints. And we'll have a throw in.
Sun is shining at the MCG, but it is pouring with rain in Geelong. So I wonder if late in the game, rain might be a factor here. 51 to 33, hard to believe that in this beautiful conditions. Thomas got the tap, side bottom kicks it inside 50, grabbing it beautifully, Lee Brown off the doors. The big fellas combined, but another errant shot for goal. And Dawes it is that sprays this one. And they've had 5 rush behinds. Travis Cloak had kicked 1-2, Dawes had kicked 1 behind and 1 out on the full, and the instant kick in for St Kilda. And they're going to bring it away, or are they? Fisher got it back from Dempster and then heights it up to the outer half-back flank, and Harry O'Brien with the sun in his eyes takes the mark, the Glen Cameron contender, and he can let fly. He does everything with flair, got himself into trouble. He squeezed the left foot kick, and the Saints defence will love that.
Yeah, Goddard's got it covered here, hand pass to Jones. And now Dempster's just going to come across and hope for Blake, and Blake takes the mark safely at left half-back. So Blake now looks down the members' wing. Not a great deal doing there, Pete.
Revolt's got one out further on.
Yeah, and Revolt's where he goes. Drops well short though of him, and Easy mark to William.
And look, Dean Laidley, that's the type of player. Blake has the ball in hands. You don't want him with the pinpoint kick. He gets turned over. Willingham kicks it to Didak, half-forward flank.
Yeah, Didak's got about 75 metres from home, so he's going to go short again. And the hit-up man, the mark taken here by Sidebottom, who's been busy. He goes to the forward pocket. Good strong lead there, provided by Cloak. But Cloak's got a tough ankle.
Play on, son. Just swing around and have your natural kick. The set shots worry me. Just swing around and play on. Lee Brown's coming over to him. He'll probably say that.
Yeah, just coming to give him some advice. He throws the grass in the air, Matty Lloyd-like.
He said, I reckon he just said, mate, first one will be a bourbon and coke later on. Just to relax him.
Bourbon and cloak. There's not as much pressure on these kicks, so these are the ones he often kicks.
Yep, the pulse is at a suitable beat at the moment. He's settled himself down. He comes in, Travis Cloak. He's pushed that one across the face. Will it be a mark though? No, it's killed. It's smashed over for a rush behind on the SEN 4 and 20 scoreboard. The Magpies 7:11:53, St Kilda 5:3:33. We've gone nearly 11 minutes third quarter.
So 20 points the difference, as Matty said. Brendan Goddard has the footy. The zone is out and tightening as Goddard kicks in, angles it wide. It could go out on the full. It effectively does on the bounce. And the penalty free is with Lee Brown.
That's the zone that did that to them.
Yeah, the squeeze is well and truly on. Brown heaves it high to full forward. Can anyone get a run at it? They all look at each other. And there's a free kick and it's going St Kilda's way for a shove. And it is going to go to Brendan Goddard. So Brendan Goddard tries to take command in defence. Handballs it out to Snyder. And he scraps a kick and that could be out in the full as well. It is. So they can't get out of there cleanly, the Saints. The same problem that nearly every team has had this year against Collingwood. It's locked in their forward area, and it's Tuvey that takes it and swings it into ball. They too have got a lot of numbers to contend with. A fumble from Ben Johnson, and the ball ends up going harmlessly out of bounds. It's 20 points the difference. It's a bit of a standoff at the moment.
Boys, they're just getting pinned in there. It's too much work for Nick Riewoldt to be their exit kick and also the key forward. They're lacking that extra key forward, or their ruckman's got to be down the line if they want to play that way.
Here's Del Santo, went for Reebok. There was nudged down to Gilbert. Good tackle on Maxwell, handball back. Gilbert goes after it again, and he took it over. The boundary umpire was right there. We'll have a throw in.
Tiff, I just don't know about Gardner, because now they've got Cozzy off the ground as well, so surely Gardner can't be right.
Yeah, he's not received any treatment. He's done 3 run-throughs and stretches, and there's nothing that you can see.
So ball thrown back into play, knocked down by Lee Brown. After it, Jones going to bat it back over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in again.
It'd be a demoralising next goal if St Kilda could kick it, because it's once again, it's been 7 inside 50s to 3. It's just 3 points to Collingwood, 1 goal, 1 to the Saints, so bring it back to 14 points.
And then the game will be on the edge, throw in on the edge of their 50. Over the top, Blake tried to get the tap down. Lee Brown digs in and forces another bounce. And the crowd is pretty quiet at the moment. They are hushed, waiting to see what happens here. Still in brilliant sunshine, not a cloud to be seen. Channel 7 choppers flying over the top of the MCG. And there's the tap from Del Santo. There's 60 from goal, the Saints. 3 pies scrap amongst themselves. Clinton Jones in the mix for St Kilda. And again, it's Razor Ray that's forced to get involved. Another ball up. Leading disposal winners, 19 to Goddard. He's been good in this quarter. He's had 4 so far. There's the ball up. Comes down to Wellingham. And again, there's no way out. And it's another ball up. Fisher with 5 for the quarter. Clint Jones also with 5. Cozzy with 4. Pendlebury 4 and Thomas 3. The inside 50s, as Lloydie said, 7-3 in favour of Collingwood. They lead by 20 points.
There's the ball up again. Brown got the palm down. Taken by Reid. Handball out of the congestion, releasing Willingham, who's running and bouncing on the members' wing. He takes 1 bounce, then he goes to left half forward. Nice kick, but no mark taken by McCapper. And we're going to have a throw in 51 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
Just the way it's been played now. Collingwood have got an extra behind the footy in Heathshaw. St Kilda are sending 1 more man to the stoppage, yet Collingwood are still clearing it. So it's Collingwood's game right now.
Jolly won it down, but McQualter had ball covered, and we're going to have another ball up.
And Cozzy came back on the ground, and Gardner still sits there, so he hasn't been on the ground for 14 and a half minutes. So you wonder if his day could be over.
So free kick plucked out, it's gone to ball. Handball to Harry O'Brien, and now Didak Didak, he puts it up inside the 50. It's a high ball. Who can take it? They all fly for it. And man in front, it's been paid. That might be Baker who's been paid the mark he has. And Baker plays it immediately with a handball.
Gives it to Goddard, who tries to bounce his way out of defence. Has a couple, confronted again. Oh, there's some holding off the ball, not paid. Big kick to the wing. Maxwell had it covered in the air.
He ignored Milne, and Milne's just given him a mouthful from half back. There's dissension between them now.
Maxwell goes all the way back to defensive 50, and O'Brien in full flight after the mark. They're really stretching Kaczynski as he goes wide to Jolly. He dares to have a bounce, not sure why. Gave it to Swan. He's been corralled, but his left foot kick is no good. And it's marked by Gibraltar, who popped up at half back for St Kilda. 20 points the difference. Still, this game is there to be won for either side. Short pass is good to Gilbert. They hold it up, they hold some more to half forward. Here's Revolt. Watch out, cause he was almost going to kill you again. He takes the mark, Revolt. Stands, heaves for some breath. 80 metres out from goal. His only options along a peak or Milne.
Goddard on Blair.
Maybe Kaczynski. Here's Goddard from stage right. He's got it! He's got it! He was down one end of the ground and he's run the full length, Brendan Goddard, and he has taken the mark. The Glenn Cameron Group mark of the day. Well spotted, Lloydie.
Yeah, I saw him coming from the wing, Hutto, and Rewalt's looking around. He had a forward line of Cozzy and midgets, and then he saw Goddard on Blair. It was a perfect mismatch, and he's great overhead, Goddard.
Well, somehow St Kilda have got up off the mat here. Brendan Goddard from 25 metres out. It's just gone through and he goes to his heart. He goes to his heart with his hand and says that is what is going to win us the game. 14 points the difference. 7-11-53 Collingwood, 6-3-39. Ross has got a heartbeat at the back of the box. There's still life in them there, Saints boys.
Well, it's been an amazing third quarter. They've lost Gardner, they've dropped McAvoy, you've got Kaczynski in the ruck, you've got Gilbert forward, you've got Goddard making runs like that. Against the trend of play, the Saints have pulled themselves back in and got themselves back into the game.
40 disposals apiece on the Continental Tires stat sheet. Not one of the Collingwood players has got away from the Saints in this third quarter, and they've kicked 2 goals to 0. Great quarter for the Saints, and game on once again.
So we're back in the middle. Cozzy's going to do the ruck work. He's going to go with Jolly. Jolly got the palm down. It's been taken by Hayes. Hayes puts it up inside the 50. Revolt! Oh, what a great mark! St Nick delivers with a big-time mark.
Hey, what
and time for a big-time goal.
What a pressure mark. Yeah, beautifully snatched by Lenny Hayes. That's what you want at half-time. I spoke about it. I just want Lenny Hayes to just bang in there and just put the armour on and just say, I'm going to take any punishment you give me, but I'm getting right underneath the crumb.
Goddard, that Matty from the back line marks that one.
Here comes Nick Revolt, the captain from 45 metres. No, he's pushed that one out to the right-hand side. And a minor score on the SEN 4-20 scoreboard. So St Kilda 6-4-40, Collingwood 7-11-53.
How big was that miss going to prove?
Yeah, 2 goals, 2.
How big will the cloak misses prove later?
2 goals, 2 to 3 points in this quarter. And I actually, before that last goal to Goddard, they looked quite tired, St Kilda.
Ben Johnson tiptoed and then kicked long. Cloak did well to create the contest. Swan not getting away clearly, forced a handball in a hurry. Leon Davis, where are you been? He turns it straight over. He's having a mare out there. He goes and runs around the footy again. He gets another chance. Well done, Didak. Got it to Davis and he's kicked over the outstretched hands of side bottom. And it's over the boundary line. And the crowd start to get involved again. This game has gone up not just 1 but 2 notches. 18 minutes in the third quarter. 11-16 SEN Autobahn footy, then number 1 for your car. Who's going to be number 1 in 2010?
Hayes takes it cleanly from the ruck. Handball away to Peake. Peake goes to the middle. A tumbling football. It's going to favour. Oh no, Revolt. He just left it behind. He's sure. He tracked it back well. He gathers now and he comes out to the members' wing. Maxwell takes the mark. He looks up now and sends it inside the 50 for the Magpies. Goddard getting back. Wilt was there with a fist as well. Leon Davis scrapping forward. He goes after it again. Good pick up. He was tackled. Was he pushed in the back? No.
He was.
No, the umpire said. The umpire calls play on. And emerging with a football, McQualter just got boot the ball. Just to blast it onto his boot. It's a high ball. He's sure. He takes it on the chest. He can bang it back inside the 50 again.
And in the congestion, he spreads it out to O'Brien. Marks just forward of the centre. Collingwood 7:11:53. St Kilda 6:4:40. O'Brien sends them wide again. Beams was the man not to fly. He was hoping he would find it on the ground. He didn't. Very indirect movement into the forward 50.
And it's Goddard once again waiting on this boundary line throw-in. He's occupying the true middle of the back line and just delegating, you run here, you chase him there. He's actually sorting them out down back.
Hayes grabs it out of the ruck. Did he get a handball out? The umpire said he did. Down to Graham, quick kick. It's in disputed half-back. Eddie is able to pick it up for St Kilda and just heave it on its way with a hand. Tracked down though by Dane Swan. His hands were good, but a fumble by Luke Ball, the former Saint. Eddie made the steal, gave it to Clint Jones, almost holding the ball. It's bouncing St Kilda's way. Charging through the middle of the MCG, Brendan Goddard. He tried to handball to Kaczynski. He stuffed it up and it's gone back Collingwood's way. He sure puts his nose over it, and then they jump on top. They pile in from all directions, and we've got a ball up. And St Kilda just don't know how to die. 7:11:53 Collingwood, 6:4:40 St Kilda on the 4:20 scoreboard.
There's the ball up again, comes outside bottom, deflects away to Goddard, down to Hayes. Hayes puts it inside the 50, Reebok, can he do it again? Getting back there, right with him was Brown, tumbling footy, Maxwell now, he can clean it up, he gathers. Underground hand pass was clever, but comes straight to Schneider, Schneider's caught, hand pass to Gilbert, he straightens up, he sees it, he's got it! He was composed, and he put through the goal for the Saints, and the margin's back to 7 points.
Boys, we can talk about structure all we want, but the reality is the Saints' guns, they've fired up.
Getting it.
They've taken their game to another level, and they're having a real influence. Goddard, Hayes, Rewalt, Gilbert going forward has been a terrific move by the St Kilda coaching staff.
And they've got a real sniff, haven't they, Dylan?
Oh, there's belief. Once you see real belief. But Goddard's, what a quarter he's playing, and I just wanted Lenny Hayes to do that. I just wanted him to say, right, I don't care. Give that delegation to somebody else. And Pendlebury, let me charge at it.
Cozzy has made a difference. Gardner was ordinary in the first half, and Cozzy's been a great move. Force move.
Amazing stuff. They're back within 7, and Jones wrests it away, trying to push it forward. McWalter's there in the mix. The pie's closed, but they've lost their edge. It's just extraordinary.
They're not winning enough ball, Hutto. Maxwell, O'Brien, they're their major ball winners. It's only Pendlebury and Ball out of the Collingwood midfield who are winning the ball.
Big momentum energy switch, ball up out on the wing, comes to Dane Swan. Hurried kick goes forward. In fact, it was Shaw. It found its way inside 50. Now Leon Davis. He's got to win the footy. He's done that. He's got to deliver. He handballs to Thomas and he sprays it. And the moment got to him, and it is behind and only just. And they are 7-12. 7-12 to 7-4.
That was, he could have ran in another 10 metres, kicked the drop punt, and he's gone for the snap from 30 metres out.
The Cloak miss into the open goal, and now the Thomas miss into the open goal. They have had 19 shots at goal, and that's not including the out in the fulls to 11.
Here's Quilt with a kick to himself. He goes up, searching for Gilbert. No, Mark Del Santo just slaps it on. After it, that was Darren Jolly. He was able to kick it around his body. That's out in the full. And he's out in the full. The pressure was there. Jolly claims it was touched.
Chief Blake is having a good quarter.
Terrible decision.
And Farron Ray has gone on to Pendlebury. Now, Pendlebury's still got a little bit of the footy. Farron Ray's gone on to Swan, and Swan's had a bit of the footy, but he's had none of that explosive takeaway from the bouncer. So Farron Ray, even though he's made mistakes, has put the clamps on Swan's ability to blister pace away from their stoppage.
Blake goes to Sam Fisher back inside defensive 50.
Revolt off at the moment, Matty.
Yep, having a sit down, so they're going to find another avenue. There's Dempster. He goes out to Zach Dawson on the southern side, who's got it right half back. Dawson just edges back over his mark.
Goddard full forward, Cozzy's on the bench as well as Gardner and Revolt and Gilbert.
So Dawson lets rip with a big kick. Up towards half forward, flying was Goddard, tumbling football, Montagna copped the cruel bounce. Ben Reed was back there to take it for the Magpies, kicks it back to the southern side wing. There's the knockdown at ground level. It was Ben Johnson, but he couldn't escape with it. They lock it in, the Saints, and we're going to have a ball up again. It's Collingwood by 8 points on the SEN 4-20 scoreboard. 24 gone, third quarter.
Because he's been given a spell for this last 4 minutes because he's had a huge quarter. Gardner obviously can't come back on. Blake's in the ruck.
They push, they shove from the ball up. Brown paddled it. Montagna had the first go at it. They crunch on in again. And they're prepared to put their body on the line. The Pies. Jones gives away the free to Heathshaw. Climbs up in the sunshine on the southern side of the MCG. Shuffles it around and then off he goes. He darts and kicks as long as his tired legs will take it. Up to Dawes, out-muscled by Dawson, well done. And it's Dempster that comes up, brandishing the footy. Handball Del Santo, kick Hayes. Back to the wing, it's all Collingwood. It was pretty aimless stuff.
Now, Ray stands to mark. This will give Swan a chance to get away. It'll go somewhere else, but he could be the second player onto it.
Shaw goes short. Back to Lee Brown, forced onto his wrong side. He trusts his left foot to kick the half forward. Hayes has got to go, and you know he will. You know he will every time. Lenny Hayes takes the Glen Cameron Group Mark of the Day contender. 7-12-54 Collingwood, 7-4-46 St Kilda. 25 minutes gone in the third quarter.
As Hayes gets the hurry on, so he kicks it down the southern side wing. Ball off hands, who's at the deck. Been taken by Heathshaw, who puts boot to ball. Oh, goal, nearly mark taken that time by McCapper. He gets it back, he kicks it the ball forward. Sam Fisher gets back and takes the mark, last line of defence. Sam Fisher was there and steadfast. He goes short, a bit of a dangerous kick, but Zach Dawson was equal to it. Zach takes it safely on the chest, still inside defensive 50. 8 points the margin, Magpies lead. Zach now gets the hurry on from the umpire, so he kicks to the southern side. Goddard will fly for it. He crashed the packet loose. Dale Thomas waiting down. Shows a bit of candy. Got a hand pass on to Heathshaw. He was forced out by Montagna. Footy went with him. And we're going to have a throw in at 75 metres around from Collingwood's goal.
Exactly what the Saints were after here. All their tallers on the bench. They've got Gardner, Rewalt, Kaczynski, and Gilbert's just come back on the ground. They had to go to stoppage.
Blake the tap. Del Santo had a run at it, couldn't contain it. Jones was able to send it out to the wing. First to it, Goddard. What a quarter he's played. Can't get the run up this time. Nathan Brown could, but he had nowhere to go. Handball just straight back into a maze of Saints. And they shuffle it around again. A quick kick forward by Clinton Jones is all right to Milne. Gathers it in front of the big crowd on the southern side. Kicks to a big one-on-one. Ben Johnson will get there first. Snyder shadows him all the way. Almost won the footy, but the boundary line was just there. And the Saints fans again are on their feet. They can't believe what they're seeing. It's going to be a throw-in. 40 metres around. Collingwood's lead is down to 8.
Look back on.
You're spot on, Derv. Farron Ray, Swan have come off for a break. Swan just 3 disposals in this third quarter.
Ball back into play. Schneider wrapped up by Harry O'Brien, and we're going to have a throw-in as Jolly comes back on the ground for the Magpies with just a couple of minutes left in this third quarter.
Goddard pushes forward to the footy again. He'll go to the goal square, the full forward goal square. Nick Maxwell saying to Nathan Brown, you come and pick him up. I want to be the free roaming backman.
So ball up it is, knocked down. Gilbert had it. Here's Peake from the congestion. He gets boot to ball. It goes out towards the left and it sails through for 1 point. SEN 4-20 scoreboard, St Kilda 7-5-47, what a quarter they've had. Magpies 7-12-54, and we've gone nearly 28 minutes in the third quarter.
Big, strong kick in from Maxwell to half-back, and a great mark from Darren Jolly. They're the sort of marks
That's a contested mark.
Yeah, that will be very telling as this game goes on.
And they are 1 ruck short, the Saints, and he's been a factor.
Down the line to Cloak, but he misjudged it. Falls well for Beams. Hurry kick. They're lining up. Thomas, upsy daisy, he's got it. Up he goes and marks in the pocket, and he plays on and pokes the kick. It was as delicate as a flower. It's marked by Blair. They want 50. Dawson came late. It is not 50. And he certainly played it up for all it was worth. Good decision from Ray, and young Jared Blair will have the shot.
Well, you know that Daisy Thomas has got the yips.
Yeah.
He's 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, and he kicks a 12-metre chip kick. That is not a guarantee to get there.
And this is huge for your momentum. They haven't kicked the goal. You need one going into three-quarter time for Collingwood.
How would you be? 20 years of age, Jared Blair, 30 metres out. Oh, it's wobbly. It hits the post. They have stopped the Pies.
It's working for the
grand
Saints.
Final pressure has got to them. It really has. And how's it going to be? It's not going to get any easier in the last quarter.
Look at this, the kick in here. St Kilda take 14 players to one side of the ground. and make sure that they kick to that huddle so they don't get the ball taken away.
That's where it goes. Jolly went for a big launch, couldn't take it, ball waiting down. Harry O'Brien takes it. He kicks a big bomb up inside the 50. Jolly doubling back. He couldn't take the mark. Waiting down Dempster to Sam Fisher. Fisher gets it onto the boot, kicks it back to the wing. Rebounds. Oh, had one pluck at it but couldn't take it as it goes over. Had a good stretch though, and we're going to have a throw in.
Boys, we can see in the last 3 or 4 minutes, all the Saints want to do is go to stoppage, defend, go strong down the line and just graft forward just to stop Collingwood scoring.
Jolly gets to the front, he knocks it down. Blair goes after it, handball away to Didak, he just delayed the handball, he gets it away to Pendlebury. Could have been hurt there as he went to ground. Pendlebury, it's out. And he's really in pain. He's going to get up though, he's okay. He's going to get up a bit gingerly, maybe a bit of cramp.
Lower back, hey Tiff.
Yeah, he gets up pretty sore actually, Pendlebury.
Definitely his lower back.
A throw in again, 51 metres around from goal.
And only 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Hayes bursts through. Can he get a handball away? He can. Straight to Swan though, spins out of trouble. Into the 50. Collingwood look dangerous here. Beams no mark. Saints swarm in from all angles. And they lock it in with 20, make that 19 seconds on the clock. 4:20 scoreboard.
Keep an eye on him, Tiff.
Yeah,
he's coming to you
off.
now, Pendlebury.
7:13:55 to 7:5:47. 8 points the difference. This is the death of the third quarter. Kaczynski answers the back, slapped away by Jolly. Hayes over the top, and over the top of him was Wellingham. They've done well not to concede, and it will be another ball up, and there's 10 seconds to go in this frantic third quarter, in which St Kilda have somehow kicked 3 goals, 3 to 5 behinds to give themselves a real shot at this 2010 flag. Barring a disaster, that will be the margin at 3/4 time, and it will. Milne kicks it out on the full, but it's not going to matter because it's right up on the wing, and it'll be Ben Reid's footy with no time left to go, unless they can take a mark here. No, they can't. Revolt did. And at 3/4 time, Collingwood lead by 8 points, and the anticipation around the MCG for this last quarter is just extraordinary as we go to Neil Evans from centrebet.com. 132946, your last chance to bet live for season 2010. Neil.
Well, it all comes down to this. There's one more quarter to go in season 2010. The Magpies lead by 8 points, 7:13:55. St Kilda 7:5:47. The Boost Juice bounce not too far away. Boost Juice gift cards guaranteed to boost the way of field. Don't forget to the 5-burner outdoor kitchen barbecue valued at $3,499. All you need is the code word, which is anti-flare. Write that down. Your chance to win a beefeater barbecue in the Morning Glory on Monday morning, Australia's leading barbecues. So let's hand it over to our special comments team. We've got Dermot Barrett, we've got Matty Lloyd, and we've got Dean Laidley. Boys, so how do you see it?
What a bench for Collingwood. Pendlebury is off and Cloak is off. They're 2 men who you want playing in the heat when the game's up for grabs.
This is a war of attrition now with what we've got on the benches. Whoever can last the longest, win the ball, get the ball inside their forward 50. You've got Ball and Swan in and Wellingham for the Pies. It looks like Thomas and Shaw will start on the wings. Goddard's the one for me that can win the Saints. I think he's been exceptional. He's probably been their very best player all day. He's the one for me that can win them the game.
Let's get down to Tip and see the health of those benches. Tip for Coates Hire.
Yeah, well, Matty Gardy's just come down and back to the bench again. So the word is that it's his left groin. He has been doing a number of run-throughs, although slightly limping on that side, but that is the word. with Cloak, it's his left heel, and obviously Scott Pendlebury, the backs to the left side of his lower back. There's barely a cloud in the sky, as you can see, you boys up the top, but apparently it's bucketing down in Werribee.
Yeah, rain is coming.
And Farron Ray's third quarter was the most important quarter of footy of his life, and the next one, this last quarter, will surpass it if he can keep Swan down.
Have a listen to that. One more quarter to go, and we're underway here at the MCG. Knocked down by Jolly. It was a big smash down too. Taken by Sidebottom. He's looking very flash too. He comes in and takes it. He kicks it out to the members' side wing. It's a tumbling football. Montagna did well. He kicked it off the ground again. Some valuable meterage, and it goes out for a boundary throw in, and it's 75 metres around from goal.
Dean spoke of how good Goddard's been. I've loved Darren Jolly, and now Cozzy looked really fatigued going into the third quarter. I think Jolly could be the difference if the Pies can get up.
Boundary throw in, they nudge into each other. It came away Collingwood's way. Wellingham up to the wing. Blair on the front line grabs the footy. Attorney's grabbed by Graham. You know everyone's going to be going, and they come in head first. Blair comes up with it, and we'll have to hand it back to Brett Roseberry. Ball up.
Forward of the footy for Collingwood is McCaffer against Fisher and Lee Brown against Zach Dawson.
Collingwood lead by 8. Again, it falls Wellingham's way, but his kick inconsequential. Snyder's got it, Hats to the middle. Handball straight into Wellingham's lap. Kicks them inside 50. Collingwood ready to hit the ground. Slapped away by Dawes, and McCaffer couldn't get it. Fisher running away from goal. His left foot kick is into the open spaces. It might just sit up on the line. Heathshaw runs, collects, steps inside Goddard. Trusts his left foot to get it long to the big blokes. Brown, one-on-one, well done Dawson. Tapped it away. Fisher goes again towards the line. Clint Jones will just walk it and then hap it around the corner. Over the top of it, Goddard's able to shake off Shaw. Gets protection from Hayes. Sends it up to the wing. Revolt came in. Gilbert's there. Seniority clause, thank you very much. Kick straight up and down from Revolt. Almost hit the bloody camera. Taken by Thomas, and he's taken the mark. Not sure if it went 10 metres. He goes short, and he finds his teammate in young McCaffer just forward of the wing. 7:13:55 Collingwood, 7:5:47. It's the 2010 AFL Grand Final. McCaffer lets loose and kicks long.
He does. He goes to half forward, needs a mark, doesn't get a good mark taken. It is Sam Fisher with the Glen Cameron Group contender. He was confident with that at left half back. And Sam Fisher will now look down the line. Will he go down the southern side? He glances out here to the members' side now. He's told to hurry up, so he goes to the high ball. Gives it plenty of air. Goddard, good mark. Good mark, Brendan Goddard. He takes it. Still at half back though for the Saints. He looks up. He signals as if he's going to go long, and he does. He goes for St. Nick, and he gets him. He's 75 metres out from goal. The skipper turns around. He sets it up inside the 50. He needs a mark. Oh, Montagna couldn't take it. Blair was right with him with the pressure. All over. We're going to have a throw in.
They're trying to exploit young Jared Blair. Anytime he's on an opponent, that opponent will run into St Kilda's forward line, and that opponent will be the target player.
Kosicki with the palm down. He did his own follow-up work. Gave it to Milne. He's quickly swallowed up in a great Heathshaw tackle. And the free kick is paid for holding the ball against Stephen Milne. And it will go to Heathshaw. He is certainly at the coalface for the Pies. We're seeing him everywhere at the moment. Kicks well to Dale Thomas, who takes the mark at half-back.
So Thomas just slows it down. It is Collingwood by 8 points. He's called the play on now as he sends it to the wing, and mark taken by William. This is all happening at the southern side.
Fourth possession in this final quarter for Wellingham on the Continental Tire stat sheet.
William will go short again. Sam Fisher there, good work, snuffed it away from the hands of Lee Brown, and we're going to have a throw-in. Guy just phoned us saying that north of Werribee there is torrential rain, and it's hit a low of 8 degrees, so we might get some rain in this final quarter. Ball back into play, knocked down by Jolly, taken by Swan. Not a convincing kick though. Clinton Jones got it covered. Gathers, handball to Lenny Hayes. Hayes now kicks it back to half forward. All Magpies. Well, Harry O'Brien couldn't take the mark. Ben Johnson tried to force his way through, but he was caught in a trap, and the umpire's going to ball it up.
That being the case, if there's torrential rain there, and it torrentially rains here, it's almost next goal wins. I mean, it'll be hard to score after the next goal.
And still the MCG's bathed in sunshine. Goddard as the third man up. Heathshaw, what an inspiration he's proving. His kick, though, ill-directed and went around and round in circles and only gained about 5 metres, so much so that he was the one that was trying to hold off Clint Jones. And almost someone nude in full body paint watching that as it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. 7:13:55 to 7:5:47. Wellingham comes through, but unconvincing kick. Quickly snapped by Snyder. Deep. He's gone to Revolt, and Nathan Brown outpoints him. A big win to the Pies. Nathan Brown takes the Glen Cameron Group mark contender, and it's still 7:13:55 to 7:5:47. Time's called on Brown, and he kicks out to a one-on-one. Doesn't make it easy for Harry O'Brien at all. He backed back into the pack. Jolly lent a hand, but he gave it straight to O'Brien, and the Saints are there and they're ready to go.
Schneider's able to gather it in. He got the hand pass to Jones. He's composed. He puts it the half forward. Mark taken by Cosy. He's 52 metres out. He's called the play on. He goes to the big long kick. Where's Revolt? Couldn't take it. Pinkman staying down, but still Simon was there for the Maggies. He snaffled it. He took a bounce. He comes out for the members. So they're on here now. Taken by Cloak. Cloak looks up. He kicks the half forward. And Mark's been taken by Dawes. So Chris Dawes, a kick and a half out from goal.
Now Willingham's run Hayes the full length of the ground here. He's got him on the bit.
He plays on. He's got Pendlebury alongside him, so he gives him the handball. And now he hand passes up to Blair. Blair goes the short pass. Good. Spoil away by Peake. Blair couldn't take it. Waiting down was Wilt. Hand pass off to Lenny Hayes. Now to Sam Fisher caught. Is that ball? No, it's not. Blair takes it back inside the 50. It goes. Knocked away. Montagna, he'll gather it in, he'll get the clearing kick out to the members' wing, and Goddard should be able to take it here on the bounce. He does on the members' side. He goes up over the head that time of Nick Revolt. Swan can't take it cleanly initially, then he takes it, and he takes them all on. Handball away to Pendlebury, and Pendlebury will bang it inside the 50.
And go for Didak. He looks at Dempster. Dempster looked at him. There's some holding, and it's a free against Didak. And it goes to Dempster. In his fourth grand final, Sean Dempster with his side 8 points down.
Good decision, umpire.
Yeah, you just feel that someone for Collingwood has to break this cycle that they're in and do something special, because they are in a bit of trouble.
And they're in more trouble now. Gilbert, ungainly kick to the wing. Wasn't been able to control by Revolt. Free kick.
Gutsy effort, Daisy Thomas.
And it's going to Thomas. He earned it the hard way. Kicks the half forward. Cloak too tall here for Montagna. Will mark, and then he'll shrug him off. Poor Leon Davis is deep. He won't kick to him. He does. He goes to Dawes. Dawes almost the mark, but he can't take it. And Fisher comes away again. This is going to be out in the full though. Out on the full, and the free kick will go Collingwood's way to Travis Cloak.
Someone's got to want to kick the big goal for Collingwood. They've kicked 5 or 6 points on end. Someone's got to want to take the shot.
Well, they haven't kicked a goal in the second half yet.
Sets it up, it's all St Kilda. Davis, the big ride. Comes down to Didak. Can't get it cleanly. Wilt, great tackling from McCaffrey. It's on the 50. And we'll have another ball up. Still Collingwood lead by 8 points at the 8-minute mark of the last quarter. For Coles Supermarkets, quality food costs less than Coles, Matty.
Ball up here at the 50. Jolly able to smack it forward. After it, Leon Davis. He gathers it in. Leon Davis. Are you going to do something special? You are! He puts it through! Leon Davis is the man, the unlikely man to step up and kick a goal for the Magpies. And they're out to a 14-point lead. Who would have thought it'd be Leon Davis?
Well, maybe that's why the coaches played him up for all these years, Derm. You asked me today why is he played. There you go.
He has been held on to for all these years for that possession.
And if it gets them a premiership, Derm,
they will love him.
Just play him for another 20 years.
And good on him too, because he hasn't played with any confidence whatsoever. He's
had a mare.
He's skirting around the packs, but that he showed what the ability he has got, so good on him.
He has had a mare, and he has kicked what could be Collingwood's most important goal since 1990.
Collingwood are playing 7 forwards here. No side bottom is just taking up to the wing.
Lee Brown out muscles Blake, knocks it forward, beams. Suddenly the confidence restored. Ball gives to Shaw on the overlap. Thumping kick. Leon will stay down. He wants it again. He won't get it this time. Crunching stuff. Pendlebury cleared the path. Cloak doors. Caught by Peake. Squirts out. Here's Leon again. I think just take what you can, Leon. He's caught that time.
Quick on your head, mate.
The ball goes skirting over the boundary line and out of bounds. But the winds have changed. Momentum energy have come back over the MCG. Suddenly the Collingwood fans are dancing in the aisles again over at the Myer Music Bowl. Throw in, they lead by 14. And they are deep in attack again.
Pendlebury's got Goddard now.
Lee Brown doing the ruck work. Neither ruckman can get a hand on a quick kick forward by the Saints. Out of the congestion, knocked down by Maxwell. Tooby trying to smack it forward as well. Montagna in there. And now Pendlebury going to hand pass off to Tooby. Rebolt enters the fray. And we're going to have a ball up, but it's still 70 metres out from Collingwood's goal. They lead by 14 points on the SEN Coles Supermarket scoreboard. And we've got another stoppage and another ball up. Up it goes, and Blake knocks it down. Del Santo kick smothered. He was able to get the handball clear to Dale Thomas. Thomas arches the back. Pops a hand pass over the top. Here's Dane Beams out to Leon Davis. He kept it in, and arriving was Gwilt. Gwilt takes it over. It's momentum probably with the Magpies now. Collingwood lead by 14 points. It's inside their 50. It's 45 metres around from their goal.
Boundary throw in from behind Brown. Got the tap. Montagna on that last line. Handball to Jones. Runs right back into trouble and then made it. The transfer the heat to Baker. Clearing kick pretty good. And it's knocked over the boundary line and out of bounds. And the noise around the MCG is quite extraordinary. Still 12 and a half minutes of playing time. Clouds starting to threaten away over the city. We got the boundary throw in. Goddard smashes it back towards the line. Del Santo had the read, got it well. Was able to duck inside Pendlebury, and they're loose. He kicks to half forward over the head of Eddie, getting back Milne, and it bounces cruelly for him. O'Brien's able to gather it in. He was almost caught, but he just got it away. No, it's a throw. It's a throw, and it's Eddie.
That's Ray gave it. Oh, yeah, it's good decision. He actually pinned the hand. He went for the handball, O'Brien, Harry O'Brien, and he didn't make contact with the ball with the fist. Good decision.
So Robert
saw
Eddie,
that on the Egan Power Bands replay. Really good decision.
14 points is the margin. Robert Eddie, he is outside the 50. This is a kick of a lifetime for Robert Eddie. Just from inside the 50, I tell you what, it is very close. It hits the post halfway out. 7-6-48. That is St Kilda. Collingwood are 8-13-61. 11 and a half minutes gone in this frantic final turn for Coles Supermarkets. Ben Johnson to himself. Oh, and they're on at half back to Pies.
Straight up the guts he goes. McCaffrey takes the mark. He spreads it out wide. Daisy Thomas running. He looks up. He goes to left half forward. Doors the target. Gwilt. Good work. He won the day. And pass to Sam Fisher. Fisher now goes out to Robert Eddie, who takes the mark on the southern wing. He looks up. He plays on. He sends it in the revolt direction over his head, but Schneider was waiting down, took the mark. Schneider has got it 52 metres out from goal. He looks up as well, goes short. Hayes takes it with the second bite. He's taken it just inside the 50.
Getting dark.
He is just left of centre. The rains are about to arrive, you feel.
Boys, as you can imagine, the St Kilda players coming off absolutely exhausted. Jones, Montagna, Kazitsky all sucking in the air.
Here is Lenny. Can he deliver? He does everything around the ground. Can he deliver with a goal here? This is going to be close. Lenny Hayes. He's done it. He fires up the Saints. The margin's back to 7 points.
How brave is this team?
The spiritual leader of St Kilda steps up and kicks a goal. And St Kilda moved to 8-6-54. The Magpies 8-13-61 SEN Coles Supermarket scoreboard.
Gee, I mean, one shot selection that's incorrect going forward for Collingwood. They should have had a shot at goal. Well, they should be having a shot at goal, but they get to half forward and they kick to a 50-50 with a long kick with Dawes. Gwilt turns it over. They should have gone the short possession and run further. It goes the other way at rapid pace. And St Kilda kick a goal. One selection made incorrectly could cost you a grand final.
100,000 people at the MCG, and none of them leaving because it's 7 points the difference. And Lenny Hayes wills himself onto the footy one more time. Kicks to half forward. Look, Walter was there, it was kicked away, but only as far as Montagna. Quickly to Del Santo. Milne fell over, got to get his feet back again. He got back and he took the mark. And they cry, hands to the back, but the mark is paid.
Oh, worth a look on the Egan Power Bands replay, Hutto.
I think it was fair. I think it was a good, fair mark. It's just he turned him inside out.
We'll have a look at it.
But he's wasting no time. Stephen Milne, 30 out. 1 point the difference. 1 shades of 1966 already. Collingwood lead by a point, 8-13-61 to 9-6-60. Cop that, Tomo! Milne kicks the goal in the last quarter of the grand final.
Eric Banner on screen, he is screaming his heart out.
He and Clemmy have gone berserk today. Michael Clem and Eric Banner.
We've called the ambulance for Ross at the back of the box for the second year in a row.
I know it's been Lenny Hayes the last couple of minutes, instrumental. Someone from the Pies, now it's their turn to stand up.
Oh, I tell you what, he did get the left hand in the middle of the back. He had a look sideways at the umpire too, Milne.
Can the Magpies respond? We're back in the middle, not down that time. By Kaczynski, taken by Swan though. He kicks it to half forward. It's a bouncing footy. Baker is able to take it. His kick was smothered. After it, Dempster. Gather was good. Handball taken by Willingham. He got his handball forward. It's at half forward now for the Magpies. Baker falls on the football.
Look out.
Falls on him. Ball squirts out. Dempster in there, trying to get it out. Schneider also scrapping for it. Oh, Lenny Hayes, his kick was smothered. He goes after it again, Lenny Hayes. He's got his nose after the football. And now the ball squirts out, and it comes to Baker again, and Baker just gets booked the ball. He rushes it. He rushes it out towards the boundary line. It's a tumbling footy, and they get it over there, and we're going to have a throw in.
It is thoroughly unattractive footy, but it is stuff that makes your heart beat at about 140 per minute.
And how good's Lenny Hayes been? And 5 goals to 1 since half-time in favour of the Saints.
Boundary throw in. Jolly slapped it back towards the line. Wellingham will get there first with good protection. Able to steady himself and evaluate what's ahead. He didn't count on Baker's desperation. Beams comes in with a handball, but there's Lenny. You're going to love him, Lenny. Oh, he might have just got a bit excited there. He feigned the handball and he gave it off. Oh, Graham sprayed it back in the middle. These are dangerous times for St Kilda at half forward. This wonderful Collingwood side, they can't pounce though. Snyder, Montagna both run down, but St Kilda keep on coming. Dale Thomas is playing stirring footy out there for the Pies. Every which way they're coming, and we love them all. It's a ball up on the wing. Collingwood lead by a point in front of 100,016 people. SEN Autobahn footy.
Throw your tactics out now, boys.
You've got to let them play now.
You just got to let them play. Have a look at that. That's just unbelievable football.
There's the ball up. Carl Thomas caught. Got his handball away. They jump on top of it. We're going to have another ball up out there on the southern wing.
I always said that, Dean, that sometimes near the end of a game, you don't worry about rotations, you don't worry about positions, you've got to let footballers play because they are going to win this with heart.
Up it goes again. Over the top goes.
Over the shoulder.
Yep, gave away the free.
He shepherded the drop of the ball, he said Jolly did.
It was a shepherd, so hand pass off to Lenny Hayes. He kicks the half forward. He needs a mark, ball hits the deck. Who's buzzing around? This is Robert Eddy. Can't quite pick it up cleanly. Squirts out to Ben Reid, to Ben Johnson. He's besieged, he's wrapped up. And we're going to have a ball up 48 metres out from St Kilda's goal. The Maggies are holding on by a point.
And only just 17 and a half minutes gone. It's 40 out from St Kilda's goal. Jolly, Revolt, Kaczynski all had a piece of it on the ground ball. The old Saint clashed heads with Hayes. Somehow Revolt heaved it on the boot. It's all about the bounce. He's bouncing towards goal. Sets on the line. Scores are level. There was one captain and another. The Revolt kick. The Maxwell despairing lunge. And scores are level.
Could we be back next week?
Oh my God, I'm in bloody Delhi.
Oh, Scotty Pender, he's got to get his hands on it for the Magpies as well. He's dried up.
Oh, Heath Shaw's put it out in the full. He took it from the kick in. He played it to himself and kicked it out in the full. So it's going to be a free kick to the Saints.
And he nearly gave away 50. He saved himself.
So here's Schneider playing on. Hand pass to Hayes. Can Hayes kick one? He goes top of the goal square. Goddard! Goddard's taken an absolute spicky! Goddard has taken a ridiculous mark. And he's going to go back and line up for goal. 15 metres out directly in front.
They have not been in front all day.
Goddard, will he put them in front? He will! The Saints are in front! The Saints are in front for the first time today! After a towering mark from Brendan Goddard. 10-7-67. Collingwood 8-13, 61. SEN Coles Supermarket scoreboard, still plenty of time left though, boys.
Some news from down here as the rain clouds are starting to hover over the MCG that both changing rooms apparently are flooded.
All right, amazing stuff, amazing momentum. He's one of the Ace Gutters players of the day, Brendan Goddard.
Ball couldn't go with him in the air then.
Collingwood trailed by 6 points. They seem to have this game in their command. But now it's the Saints in front of 100,000 people. It's a bad bounce. It's even getting to the umpires at this stage.
6 minutes, 52 seconds left on the clock. 6 point lead to St Kilda.
Dale Thomas at the moment off the ground getting some work on his right groin.
That's close to mark of the year.
The bounce recall, it's a mark of a lifetime, Doom. Forget mark of the year. Goddard got the handball away, and they're forward again. McGraw gains 20 yards. O'Brien, it's spilling through hands. He's sure, goes for the wing. Now it's a race, and from all points, St Kilda look to have it covered. Can they protect? Can they take out McCaffrey? They can't. They're colliding after the Saints. McCaffrey kicks towards full forward. Travis Cloak, he's still got a part to play in this game. He kicks it towards goal. It's bouncing.
Calling it back, Hutto.
It bounced. It almost bounced through for a goal, but they've called it back to Cloak.
What a play from McCaffrey there. Hit the ball so hard. Brendan Goddard and Hayes, the class has come to the fore for the Saints, but can a class act happen for Collingwood? Because they've butchered so many opportunities in this.
What if Leon has a shot to win the game?
There's so many what-ifs, and we knew that Travis Cloak and his boot would somehow play a part in Collingwood's grand final chances in 2010. He missed some earlier. He can somewhat redeem himself. He's got to kick it 55 metres on a 45-degree angle. It won't be a goal. It's touch. It's come back into play, and it's through now. And it's a handy point. I don't know if it's handy or not, but it's a bloody point. It's 8-14-62. I'm being channeled by Robbo. I keep swearing. 10-7-67 St Kilda. 22 minutes gone. Goddard kicks in for St Kilda. 6 minutes to go.
He gets it to Blake. Blake just settles things down. There's still plenty of time on the clock. Blake now, he's told to hurry on. He goes the short one. Schneider takes the mark. So they're just denying the Magpies the football at the moment. They're in front. They've got the Premiership Cup just within reach. The Saints. Schneider, he kicks it to the southern side wing. No mark. Ball hits the deck. After a Dane Swan couldn't take it. Who can break from this congestion? It's Stephen Milne. He got the kick away. He kicked it up towards half forward. Running hard. Gilbert. Good mark. Lean Brown though. Had to stand. He had to take the contact. He copped it. But he took the mark all the same and will take it at right half back. He knew it was coming.
Big elbow to the head, Matty. Blood pouring out of Lee Brown's head at the moment.
Courageous mark. Glenn Cameron Group contender. So he'll come off with a blood rule, and O'Brien will take it. We've got to pause here, boys. Just give us the feel of the game and who you think's got the momentum.
Well, look, St Kilda have been able to win the ball in close, but then when the game's broken out, they've been able to just kick down the line. They get a scramble like that, and that's how they've been able to get in behind.
And with 5 minutes to go, Matty, they've brought Hayes off, and he slapped hands with Del Santo, so they'll give him 2 minutes rest and bring Hayes back on.
So Collingwood trail by 5. The Saints by just under a goal. O'Brien bombs to the wing. It's a fortuitous one. Jolly drags down the mark. St Kilda without their number one ruckman since half-time, Gardner. Jolly kicks to the 50. There's 3 Saints. They knew it was coming. Blake Flew didn't mark, but Goddard didn't make a mistake. He handballed to Gwilda, kicks it out to the wing. They're heading for the boundary. It's Teddy Whitten and Butch Gale from 66. Hit the boundary, and the Saints do. And it's over and out. 8-14-62 Collingwood. 10-7-67 St Kilda. Free kick. What for? It's going to St Kilda.
Against Jolly.
From a different umpire.
Just gave Koziski a smack in the head there on the Eakin Power Bands replays, trying to smash it out, but he actually collected Koziski high, so he's got the football on the outer side wing at St Kilda by 5 points. As Cozzy kicks it the right half forward. Where's Big Nick Revolt? He couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. William goes in for it. He's wrapped up in the tackle. And the ball is close to being over. It is. Del Santo takes it over. And we've got a throw in 70 metres around from St Kilda's goal.
Unless Swan gets his hands on the footy, Collingwood can't win. They've dried up. They've got no run and they can't get the ball forward with any purpose.
So ball thrown back into play. Knocked down by Jolly. After it at ground level. Del Santo there. He might be able to win it here. He does. He got his hand pass away. Dane Swan got it forward. Here they go. This is the Magpies. Side bottom kicks the left half forward. It's a wide ball. Dawson's there. Zach Dawson with him as well. Zach Dawson played that very well. Ball still into play though. Goddard, he gathers, he gives the hand pass away to Baker. Baker is under enormous pressure, he was stripped of the football. They scream ball, no free kick. Play goes on. Wilk got the hand pass away. And Sam Fisher lets loose with a big kick.
Gilbert's got to contend with Maxwell, who leaps up over the top, takes the big grab. The Pies try and break it open through the middle. Maxwell kept a cool head, kicked it onto the chest of Didak. Initial stumble, but he takes the mark. He spins the ball around. Oh, it goes out wide. And they're not panicking to side bottom. They're going around the boundary line. McCaffer winds up. He's sure is the ace in the pack, but he didn't take the mark. But Cloak, of all people, it fell for Travis Cloak, and even he couldn't miss from there. He's put them in front. Eddie Maguire's turned purple. Collingwood are back in front by one. 9-14-68. to 10-7-67.
And they've gone so hard, they have given nothing away for this whole second half, and they lapsed. They left McCaffer out on his own, no one near him, and then they allowed Heath Shaw just to have a great easy run inside the goal square, and what a play there from the skipper, Nick Maxwell, across half-back.
Look, they've only kicked 2 goals in the second half, Collingwood.
Great
Even though they're a point ahead.
Great handball from Dawes.
Lenny Hayes back on.
Well, he has to be. Lenny Hayes, if you ever want to see a bloke go at something like his life depended on it, you watch Lenny Hayes coming off the centre wing here. But I reckon they have to kick one more, Magpies, to win this.
They lead by a point, and we're back in the middle. Up they go. Knocked down by Darren Jolly. Taken by Lenny Hayes. He's back on the ground. And past Jones, who was caught by Didak Jones. He was wrapped up. And the umpire is going to come in and ball it up.
3 minutes 13 on the clock.
Gee.
3 minute season.
So we've got a ball up.
Watch for a third man up here. Watch for a third man up. Someone else flying. There it is.
Yeah, it was Rebold. He had a swipe at it and he ends up getting it. He kicks it, but it goes straight to Tuvey, who takes the mark, shrugs off the tackle. Tuvey kicks the half forward, busting a gut to get there. Chris Dawes. He takes it. Now he's 52 metres out from goal.
What he has to do,
and settle down.
He has to put it into the hands, even if he goes backwards, to somebody who can seriously use the footy. This is Collingwood's most important kick of the season. To make sure it gets closer to goal with a bona fide, legitimate chance to score from.
Could he kick it, Lloydie, do you think?
Oh, no doubt. He's a big kick. Obviously, accuracy is a worry for him, but he often pulls them to the left. But I think he can go the distance.
Their premiership hopes could be riding on the boot of Chris Dawes. In he comes. Can he kick it? Outside the 50. He gives it plenty. It's going. It won't get there. It's smashed over the line.
Great result for the Pies.
And it's going to be a throw in. It was Goddard who smacked it, and he wanted to rush behind on a restart, but we're going to throw it instead. Left forward pocket here for the Magpies.
Milne is the one out in St Kilda's forward line against Ben Johnson. If they get the quick downhill rush and take it 150 the other way, Milne will score.
Boundary throw in 30 metres out from Collingwood's goal. Dawson got it to Blake. It's frantic, it's frenetic. Side bottom with a left foot kick at goal. Straight up and down. Gwilt will take the mark. We've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. Gwilt camped in the back pocket for St Kilda. Heaves it out to the wing. Rebold will skip over the pack and take a magnificent march. Oh, this is the big play. 1:50 on the clock. Who's going to be forward for St Kilda when it comes? Milner's back in their goal square. The skipper telling him to get back. Gives anyone a chance at centre half forward. Goddard and 4 Pies. It hits the turf. Hayes, this is your moment, Stephen Milne. The ball bouncing in the pocket. It's bounced back towards goal. Oh, Milne ran around it. It's level. It's a point. It's a behind. It's level again.
Hit him. He turned him inside out.
Oh, Mick Mulder's has turned grey. 1:30 to go on the clock.
Here's Ben Johnson, bring it back into play. It's a big long ball. No mark. Eddie has free kick, going to go the way of the Magpies.
Yeah, hold on, he saw though, he was scared, he'd been second man up, he held his jumper to retard his jump at the footy.
It's going to go to Heath Shaw, so he takes it left half back. He kicks it to the members' side wing now. He needs a mark. Blake was there. He smacks it over. He smacks it over for a boundary throw-in. It's on the members' wing. Scores are level at 68 apiece. We could be back here next week. We could very well be back here next week.
Watch for Lenny Hayes at this boundary line throw-in.
Ball back into play. They need a takeaway. Neither ruckman got hands to it. Dale Thomas got a hand pass on. Montagna knocked it on. Tooby knocked out of his hands after Ben Reid. He was tackled by Revolt. They screen ball. Del Santo, he's tackled. He is tackled and wrapped up. And we're going to have a ball up. And it's 70 metres out from goal. Scores are level. It is 68 apiece. It's all come down to this.
These players around the footy, St Kilda are getting closer into the ball and it's squeezing out in the tackle. St Kilda will clear this more than likely.
70 metres out from goal. 52 seconds remaining. It's Krebs out the side. Hayes, who else? Dispossessed. Montagna, they need a score. Milne gets buffeted. No mark. Kaczynski off the back, tries to claim it. Play on, it's 10 metres out from goal. Ben Johnson, Gilbert tries to tackle. Blake can't get it. Reid, handball to Shaw. Big kick over Hayes' head. It's out to off the boundary. 29 seconds. Swan from one side, Graham from the other. Blair, it's out of bounds. 24 seconds. Scores are still level.
Oh, Barry Breen.
We are looking at a draw.
Who's the new Barry Breen?
Where's Jason Blake wearing number 27? Throw in on the wing. Either side can still win it. Montagna out between his legs. Kicks to the 50. It's bouncing back to penalty. There's no juice left for either team. Thomas at half-back. Big kick to the wing. 10 seconds. Jolly can't mark. There's Blake. Out of bounds. 7 seconds to go.
77, Hutto. The last straw.
You've never heard 100,000 people make so little noise. They can't believe it. We are looking at a draw, throw it in the wing. Del Santo to Hayes. They've locked it up.
It's
going to be a draw. It's a draw. It's another draw. And we're back again next week. Neither St Kilda or Collingwood are the premiers yet. How can they come back and do it all again? What song are they going to play?
How fantastic was this contest?
What just happened?
How fantastic. If you've just accidentally turned on your radio right now at the MCG, the 2010 Grand Final is a draw.
The final score, Collingwood 9-14-68, St Kilda 10-8-68, 44 Warriors find some way of getting to their feet. The crowd, the MCC members leading back, just some polite claps. No one knows what else to do. Numbness would be the overwhelming feeling around the ground. They didn't win and they didn't lose.
It might. I'll tell you one bloke who I'm thinking of straight away who might have a big effect on next week. Simon Prestigiacomo.
And what about Ben McAvoy? Ben McAvoy's missed out on his big chance. He comes in next week to play in a grand final. So many.
He's jumping around for joy.
Ramifications. Does Davis play next week? You know, blokes may think they have a chance to win a flag. They may be, because they're so fatigued, there'll be players who maybe didn't get a game who'll play next week.
You get a good look at your opposition. You've done a good scouting.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
I told you. At half-time, $6 on the Saints was way over what they should have been.
And I finally got my Norm Smith down pat, and I have to give him another one next week.
You might not be selected next week.
Do they give one now?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Let's repeat the score here as there will be the official proceedings. I hope the bloody September Club's going to be open. Boys, we need a drink. It is 9-14-68 Collingwood.
Cancel your flight, Hutto, you're not going to Delhi anymore.
Kilda 10-8-68.